I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Switchfoot Live. Friday, April 24th, 7 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With Fuel. And Lit. And Thomas Ian Nicholas. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. One incredible night with Switchfoot, Fuel, and Lit. Together live.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Before we get to the NBA playoffs, Jay, I have a question for you, if I may. Jay, as you're looking at potential players you may draft, football players, you know, you look at how the guy played and his interviews and the combine, would you take into account how a candidate for your draft pick, your first draft pick, threw out a ceremonial first pitch at a baseball game?
By the way they threw it, I'd say, yeah, I got to look at the mechanics, yes.
Yeah. Alan, are you sure? Are you sure you guys want to pick Fernando Mendoza?
Why?
Are you sure the ceremonial first pitch he threw out at the Marlins game, he made Kyle Draper look like Steve Carlton?
Whitey, it was bad. It was not egregious, in my opinion. Nobody is going to remember it in a good way or a bad way.
I know what you're saying. The bar is low when you consider, celebrities and 50 Cent and all that. Mm-hmm. But this is a professional football player.
But this
is a professional athlete who throws for a living.
It's a different throwing motion. It's a different throwing motion, and you know that. It is a slightly different throwing motion.
Yeah, but still, it
looked good, I tell you that.
It wasn't good.
Thank you.
This is not a 50 Cent situation.
Uh-huh.
Would you expect maybe something better? Yeah, you would, but he's still my guy.
Doesn't look like he's ever thrown a ball at any such form of life.
Not sure he's ever seen a baseball before.
That's a bigger issue with baseball. He grew up in that little...
He threw a fade route on a ceremonial first pitch.
He grew up in that interim that we've been talking about where baseball lost popularity. So these guys weren't throwing baseballs. And it's a different throwing motion. You throw a football, you're here, Whitey. Your arm is parallel and your hand is parallel to your face.
You know who Tom House is? You know who Tom House is?
No.
Remember those videos?
Tom House.
Are you talking about Tom Amansky?
No, Tom House. But Tom Amansky does great videos. Tom House happened to be the guy that caught Hank Aaron's home run. But he is really influential pitching coach. He's a major league pitching coach, and now he works with individuals. You look him up, you'll see people work with Tom House. One of the things he does is he has his pitchers throw footballs.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't see...
They're not that different. I understand what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he ain't CJ Stroud on the sideline with a basketball and a hula hoop and a football. He's not doing that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, then. You're reaching here. You're stretch
It was
Armstrong.
not good.
It wasn't good.
Okay,
it wasn't
that's
egregious.
He didn't look like an athlete, I tell you that much.
There we go.
Didn't look real athletic.
Peyton would look like that. Or Kirk. Any of these kind of more stiff quarterbacks.
I know there have been other quarterbacks that have thrown out ceremonial first pitches.
Let's look up Lamar's. Let's look up. I know Josh Allen played, but
yeah, that's going to be your fallback. If I find one, which isn't hard to do, video of a quarterback throwing out a ceremonial first pitch on the money, you're going to go, oh, well, he played baseball.
Look up a quarterback with no history of baseball. So no Mahomes, no Josh Allen. I'm going to find a Lamar Jackson first pitch right now.
Well, we'll park it for now because on to more important things. Rex Luthor in the chat, Alan, says, bring on the Fox slander, Alan. I'm here for it.
I know you are. I speak for everyone. Oh, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing, Whitey. Hold on.
How come you enjoyed it so much? What do you got?
Oh, I'm just watching Lamar now. Okay, that didn't even show. It didn't look better.
It was
he
really good.
He was in front of the mound, though.
He had the leg kick.
Jay, was Mendoza on the mound? We got to check.
I think he was in front of it.
He was on something.
No. Those brownies. But Whitey, look, I'm not trying to be a hater for De'Aaron Fox. This is just what I tried to tell people.
It seems like you're enjoying it.
I'm not enjoying.
You're relishing the role.
Well, look, we're waiting for, we are waiting for the draft lottery, in Sacramento. That's all we really have to look forward to as far as NBA is concerned right now. So, I turn on Blazers, and I think Wembanyama got hurt during our show. So, go home.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah,
that was scary, too.
It was, because I didn't see the video until I think I left. But, I go home, catch the rest of the game. Oh, last I checked, this is why, they gave De'Aaron that money. This is where De'Aaron is supposed to, a playoff experience. I saw somebody say De'Aaron was battling with Steph Curry and doing all that. This should be light work. Denny and Scoot Henderson, okay? I'm not counting nobody's chickens, but you looking at $40, $50 million, an average of $55 million. De'Aaron, give him one game. And matter of fact, you're at home. And I know Stephon Castle did not play well either, but you're at home. You played 34 minutes. You had 17 points. What was he, 1-6? 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, yeah.
6 of 16 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point land. He only had 4 assists. And he said he gets up there after the game talking about, the cliche is next man up, but we all got to step up. That's basically saying this is a us thing. You ever be in that situation, Whitey? You forget to do something. Your mom comes home, hey, who made this mess? Well, we made the mess, right? Well, we got to clean it up. Well, sure, De'Aaron, but you are getting paid the most money on Spurs by far. So, look, we'll see what happens in Game 3. They got to go to Portland, and I don't even know. Portland, the Spurs might beat Portland back to Portland because Portland got to take Megabus. They can't even get on a plane.
Right.
Because their owner won't let them, okay? They got to take Southwest.
They got to Uber on their own. Each player is responsible.
Each player, they can't even get Jet Suite X trying to get back to Portland, and we'll see what happens up there.
Yeah.
But this is what a lot of people were on De'Aaron about, and when everybody was talking about De'Aaron this, De'Aaron that, when the trade was made, trading De'Aaron was never the issue, okay? Just like firing Mike Brown wasn't really the issue. It was how they did it. It was the timing in which they did it. Trading De'Aaron was not the issue. What you got back for De'Aaron was the issue. And that's what I've said.
Sidebar, and we'll get back to De'Aaron Fox. Hey, Jay, you've traveled with NBA teams, right? You've been on the road with NBA teams.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So no late checkout for the Blazers.
Yeah.
So if 12:30, you got to be in the lobby. What time's a bus come for the game that night? Like 2?
No. That'd be no. There are normally 2 or 3 buses that go from the hotel to the arena. So for the most part, every game during the week, I should say, starts at 7 o'clock that time zone, right? 7:05, whatever you want to call it.
So if I want to catch that first bus,
it's probably about 3:34.
What? Jay, I can't stay in my room if I got to check out early. What am I going to do?
Yeah, good luck.
Let's hang out in the lobby.
They said players were hanging out in the lobby.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure.
Tiago Splitter was asked about it, all that. Did you hear? And he said, I'm just trying to be professional.
Yeah.
In other words, you're gone.
I'm wondering how much money they're actually saving. Like, what's this guy's net worth? And here's the thing. Jay will always talk about, not counting others' pockets, and I get all that. But you're inviting it now. when you're doing stuff that no other owner is doing.
It seems like he relishes it. Like you relish being the De'Aaron Fox hater.
I'm not relishing that.
Oh, you are. It's fine, but you don't say it.
If De'Aaron goes off in game 3, hey, I'm clapping.
That was Kevin Hart-esque.
I'm clapping. I'm cheering the guy on. And, homie, that's great. But the bottom line was this. He knew it. A lot of us knew it. Some people didn't want to know it. You can't pay that man to be your number one.
Here's one of the things that happened last night. It was a physical game, 106-103. So they're clutching, they're grabbing. I know De'Aaron was complaining to the officials, and I think he had a right to, but it's the playoffs, and that's the way they were letting him play last night. Your guy, Denny, by the way, man, he's dirty.
You know, he played to win the game.
He'll drive and grab the defender's jersey.
I know.
Yeah, but De'Aaron historically has not always played well under those circumstances. I don't think that's a criticism so much as it's an observation. The Kings, his last year here, the full year where they lost in New Orleans in the play, and then the next year he was traded, I noticed teams would, when they really, the Kings had their attention, having gone to the playoffs. Well, when they wanted to shut down the Kings, they got real physical with De'Aaron.
Yeah.
One thing New Orleans did.
Right. And De'Aaron's kind of a confusing body type a little bit because he goes 6'4", he doesn't look that thick, right? But I'm not. He is strong. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But you can bump him a little bit, and the way he plays, he's not gonna go. I guess at least nowadays, he likes to stop and pop and get to the midi. So
he's just not and never has been a great shooter.
No.
He's had his moments. He had one really good season here, but he's not a great shooter.
No. And then you're trying to get him right. I guess if you're him, you're looking at guys getting to the free throw line. He's not a bad free throw shooter. I'm not saying that, but that's just not really his bad. I don't think he wants to sit. I don't know how comfortable he feels just sitting at the free throw line all day, but I don't know. You got to find a way. Like I said.
Matt George sent a text.
He sent a text.
We'll get to it.
Well, yeah, it was about Mike Brown. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But the other thing when it comes back to De'Aaron, and I promise you, if he has a good game, he better. Because he's getting paid a lot of money. I don't know why we do this thing where, if he has a good game, then what are you going to say? I'm going to say he had a good game, but isn't he supposed to have good games at this price point?
I do think the Kings, in a way, they botched that trade. They are still dealing with the fallout from the way they mishandled that deal. But I think, in a way, they dodged a bullet because I don't think De'Aaron Fox is ever going to be as good as they needed him to be here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was ever going to be worth what they were going to pay him.
And the other thing is, I know at the beginning of the season when Wemby was out, he did some things, right? But he spent so much of the season setting up Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper getting his touches, even Devin Vassell has been an offensive hub. To now say, hey, it's playoff time, Wemby could be back next game, right? Hey, it's playoff time for you to turn it up and be De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento. That's like my daughter turns 3 tomorrow. I told you she was born during that series. That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. When we saw him, clutch player of the year. That was 3 years ago.
Well, I know Mitch Johnson was non-committal when he was asked when Wemby's going to be back. Some people made a lot of that. To me, it's just he doesn't know. He said the protocol's a protocol, which means I can't tell you. Somebody says, well, he's going to be out a while. Well, we don't know. But if he is, then De'Aaron's going to certainly have the opportunity to rectify his misfiring from last night.
Coincidentally, because this is who they're facing, when De'Aaron said to Keegan Murray, we need a wing. A lot of the best players in this league, they're wings. If the Kings had the foresight that the Blazers had and traded for Denny, we probably all are in a good situation. They're probably at least dancing in the 5 to 8 range, right? You got De'Aaron, you got Denny who's flourishing now. Maybe Keegan is doing his thing. Domantas Sabonis. And that's why when I hate on De'Aaron, he never said that I'm the guy. He never said that.
Wynn says Fox was the reason that series with the Dubs won 7. Stop all this.
Did they win?
No, but if he hadn't gotten hurt, they probably would have.
Okay.
And he was great.
Well,
De'Aaron Fox was great in that series.
Hey, Jay, now we're back. If I didn't blow my knee out, I'd be playing at Oracle Park today.
That's right. Claim it.
You know, what do we if
Mm-hmm. Nobody's saying he wasn't great in that series.
No, he was great.
Yeah, he was. Just last night when the team needed him to step up, he wasn't able to. Like I said, he's going to have more opportunities in this series to rectify that. But last night, that's why he's there.
Mm-hmm. That is why he's there.
Yeah.
That's why. But, he's gone through the season. Like I told you, Whitey, I'm watching the Spurs game before the playoffs started, one of the last games, and they said, and the Spurs are missing their two best players. I'm looking on the court. Like, ain't that number 5? Ain't that or is he number 4 now, De'Aaron? He switched to 4 in San Antonio? I'm like, don't that say Fox on the back of the jersey? Who are they talking about? Oh, Stephon Castle. So in the big three.
Who said that? That doesn't mean they're right, whoever said that.
Well, it was a broadcast. Don't blame me. I'm listening to the broadcast on whatever.
But it doesn't necessarily matter what they say.
But Whitey, that's what it was this
season.
You're right. He went to number 4 now. My favorite number. I got love for Fox. I do. He said I'm not the guy. He said, go get the guy. And the King said, well, we thought you were going to be the guy. Why they substituted that with Zach LaVine, you could talk to some people at Summer League and you might find out. Mm-hmm. But De'Aaron, he is painfully self-aware. He really is. He's had moments where he said, what was it that he said a couple years ago? I'm bleeping nice. Is that the De'Aaron we have? I know you bleeping paid. Are you still bleeping nice? Shut me up. I want to come into crosstalk after game 3. Matt George have a smile on his face like the Cheshire Cat. I want to have that conversation, but I can only do it, De'Aaron, if you show up properly.
You're critical of De'Aaron Fox, and fairly so. But when I ask you about it, you say, no, I'm not, I don't have anything against it.
No.
So what is your
I'm critical
view?
Of the idea that the Kings shouldn't have moved off of De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm critical of what the Kings got back for De'Aaron Fox. But I'm not necessarily critical of De'Aaron's decision. Look, if somebody want to pay me more to do less, sign me up. I'm not hating on De'Aaron, but the whole thing of, oh, look, Sacramento's going to regret that. Regret what? Regret, like we said, even if he got that wing help, it would have had to be somebody that took a leap. Getting De'Aaron John Collins maybe gets you to the equivalent of what the Suns are right now. Maybe, which is nothing. It's possible by the time De'Aaron went public with his views on that, it might have already been too late. Probably.
I still think he was right, though.
Yeah.
I think he was right.
And he's there now. His Batman is in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see if Batman can make it out the cave for game 3.
It's just curious, and I know that I overreact to every, shot in the playoffs. Guilty of that. But it is interesting that one night you got Mike Brown. He didn't coach very well, and they lose, and then he's under fire. Then the next night, De'Aaron Fox doesn't play well, and he and the Spurs under fire right now.
So you want to address the Matt text then? Was that your lead into the Matt text?
No, I glanced at it. I believe he used some language that I don't especially appreciate. I think he used a H word in there. So I don't.
You sound like my mom. My mom got on me.
I don't know if I should even
Don't use the H word.
Respond to that.
Literally over the weekend, I was like, you don't use that word. I'm like, Mom, you use it to me, but I am your mother. It's not a bad word if I say. I'm like, well, how did the math work there?
Well, did she hear you use it on the radio or something, or just?
No, there was a conversation.
Oh.
And hey, you don't say that in my presence. Oh. But I'm like, I heard you say a lot worse. I'm not putting you on blast. Matt, the HE double hockey sticks you mean, firing Mike Brown wasn't the issue. Organization chose the wrong side. One Fox playoff game doesn't change that. It's not about side. And that's why I said they fired Mike Brown at the wrong time. I didn't say, I said they didn't do it correctly and they didn't do it at the right time. That's how I saw it.
You're saying they kind of botched it a couple different ways.
Yeah.
Which I'd agree with.
I'm saying you should have given him more time to show that he's not the guy. And maybe he wasn't. We'll find out in New York. Maybe it was a Mike Brown thing, but they had no plan and they just compounded the issues there. So I feel you, Matt. We agree. We've always agreed on the Mike Brown thing. I'm not saying, they did the right thing firing him. I'm saying they didn't have to do it when they did it. And it may have been the right move, but you put Doug in a weird spot, then you put your new GM in a weird spot, and we're still in a version of that weird spot now. So I love you, Matt. I know you're getting home. We appreciate it. I didn't see the other text, though.
Yeah. I mean, from what he's writing here, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't turn around and come back
He might still
come
be
in here and try to punch you in the nose.
He might still be here.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in, Matt. We miss you. we miss you. Look.
My thing with De'Aaron Fox is he is not a good enough shooter to ever be as good as the Kings needed him to be. We saw glimpses of it, and that one year was spectacular. Mm-hmm. And I think he was right. They needed help. I think, like I say, by the time we found out what he was thinking, it was probably already too late. Yeah. It is just too bad that didn't last longer and they didn't get him more help earlier. But I don't know if he was ever going to be the guy here who would just lead the team.
Yeah,
the promised land.
As you mentioned, he's number 38. Oh, now I sound like you. I've been hanging out with you too much. Number 38 on the Ringer for best players, top 100. He's number 38 in total. So now I have kind of I've filtered it by guards, and I'm just looking here. They got Desmond Bane. The next guard that comes up is Desmond Bane at 45. Nickeil Alexander-Walker at 49.
Can you tell how many guards are ranked ahead of him? Can you slice it that way?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, but it's Shea, Luka, Cade, Donovan, Jaylen Brown, I guess, is a guard. Steph, so that's 6. Jalen, 7. Maxey, 8. Devin Booker, 9. Jamal Murray, 10. Jamal Murray, 16. James Harden, 11. Stephon Castle, 12. LaMelo, 13. Derek White, 14. Austin Reeves, 15. Jalen Williams, 16. Mm-hmm. So he's a 17th rated guard.
Again, according to the Ringer, doesn't mean they're right. But
Derek
Castle
White
ranked,
and Austin Reeves? I mean, I don't.
Chase started on those two.
Yo, who's better, Austin Reeves or De'Aaron Fox? Because now I'm back. Now I'm defending
I would say
De'Aaron
Fox, but I have to think about it.
I think in De'Aaron's role, and it's year to year, in this role, they're probably saying, look, Austin Reeves putting up 50 burgers. James Harden is ranked 20th. Yeah, I mean, these are guys 3 years ago. I think we'd have De'Aaron over Jamal Murray, right? And Jamal Murray is the 16th ranked player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and these are guys that aren't number ones.
Do you agree with me that in some ways maybe the Kings kind of dodged a bullet as badly as they handled all that?
Cashing them out?
Yeah.
They did. They just created, and I guess the bullet that they dodged and then ran back into is
they
gone.
ran into another crossfire.
Yeah, What's that? Hey, somebody remind me, what's that Angelina Jolie movie where they were curving the bullets? You remember that?
Curving the bullets.
It was
Is that the Smiths? Is that
no
Tomb Raider?
Oh, no, but it was a stupid movie. Wanted. Yeah, with James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, and Morgan Freeman. Oh, wait. So they dodged that, and then they ran into a curved bullet. But it is gone at the end of this season. So you start fresh. Did you get back value? No, but if you get DeBancer or whoever who's got a big – did you see that, Whitey, big announcement for AJ DeBancer tomorrow?
Yes, I did see that.
That's definitely going to be –
I wonder what that is.
It's going to be a sponsorship.
I wonder what it is.
It's not – it's a sponsorship.
Matt George checking in with, they dodged a bullet by jumping on a grenade.
That And then it says, okay, all that matters is this draft. That's all that matters, and it's all forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
It's all forgiven. But shout out De'Aaron. He's wearing my favorite number. He's lefty. I got love for De'Aaron. You know, when I first started covering the Kings, I was telling my wife about De'Aaron, and she goes, well, you know, like looking at, you know, his body type, and he's a fast guard, and he's left-handed. Man, Alan, seems like that'll be your guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is my guy. Now, I, you know, ended up liking Malik a little bit more just because Malik is Malik. But I had a lot of love for De'Aaron, and things just kind of went south.
I was doing a show overnight. No, it wasn't overnight. It was the night show at our old station in San Francisco. I was doing a show with Joe Shasky. This might even have been pre-pandemic. And we were talking about that whole question of, well, who's going to be the next face of the NBA? So remember, this was years ago. And we're talking, and he goes, what about what about De'Aaron Fox? And we said, well, there's a chance there. He's got the personality and, the ability. So, I mean, it was kind of a little bit of a off the board pick. But at that point, it was like, yeah, I see where you're going there. And I don't know, just he didn't get a lot better, did he?
No, he just plateaued.
Yeah.
You could argue that.
A really, really good player.
Yeah, you could argue that he's been in the same. I mean, there's a lot of guys, right? I'm not comparing him because I know just last year we had a conversation. I said I would take De'Aaron over Ja Morant, and it ain't close. And this is before kind of the last Ja Morant stuff happened. And I think it might have even been 2 years ago. And now, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. But similar to Ja Morant, he's just kind of the same guy he's been. But, that's not random. It happens a lot. I think Trae Young is kind of the same guy. It's that tier where, going back to one of the articles you read, Whitey, they were talking about Donovan Mitchell. Will Donovan Mitchell take that leap? Devin Booker, will he take that leap? There are a couple guys, and I saw it said this way, and they were talking about they were actually talking about the Raptors, right? And they said RJ Barrett's superstar window is closed. So there's a conversation where you have a superstar window, 2-3 years, where you're either going to do it or you're not. And I think I would say De'Aaron's is closed as well.
And, of course, again, he does have plenty of time to turn even this series around. And they could still win a championship, Alan.
They could. They better get Wemby back.
Mm-hmm. But remember we were talking a couple days ago about if things got really physical and chippy, do they have anybody on that team that's really like, all right, I'm laying down the law?
Hey, I don't know if they do. The last thing, though, maybe game 3. Hold on. Maybe we'll get mad De'Aaron. We get mad De'Aaron. He can go off for 40. You don't want to make him mad. Okay.
See, now you're making fun.
Nah, didn't they say that?
Who?
Everyone. I don't got to say that.
Who are we talking about?
A lot of people said that. You're not going to like him when he's angry. How about just play well?
2 more road teams ratchet up the drama in the NBA playoffs. So what do we know, think we know, and not know? We're back with that next on Sactown Sports.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home. If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd.
Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1, or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 108-1055.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
Are you bringing 4 or more to the ballpark? The Sacramento Rivercats Family Fun Pack makes it easy. Get 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 tickets, and 4 Rivercats items bundled together for unbeatable value. Grab your Family Fun Pack today at rivercats.com.
What it do? Yada. Kick. The snake. I got my crush through box. Threw away the new press. 2017 threw me off and back on course. Probably would have made it.
Turns it back on Dalvin, puts it up, spinning lamp gun, a remarkable shot, and Maxey bellows to the Boston crowd right in front of the Celtics bench and one of his old mentors, Sam Cassell. Maxey with a spinning reverse and a foul, and that should do it. The Sixers have taken a 15-point lead.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Maxey over De'Aaron? Yeah, I've been saying that for years, actually.
Stop that.
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay, because I know some people hate on Max, but I love, he's shifty, Jay. That's how you get after
He's the truth.
Boop. Now, like we said.
You have to be stunned by that Sixers win because you were bad-mouthing the Sixers.
I thought it was cooked. I really did. But they showed up, and, I mean, how funny is this? Going from all those game ones that weren't competitive at all to now, I don't want to re-jinx it, but we're looking at maybe one of the best round ones that we've had in the last – is shaping up to be one of the best round ones.
I'm going to wait and see. You're right. I know, like I said, it's easy to overreact to each game. Oh, these series are terrible. These series are the greatest. Now, this could be the greatest first round ever. We'll see.
I think it could, though.
Well, of course it could.
I think it's got the makings.
I'll tell you what I'm a little disappointed in. The Laker-Houston series is just kind of, I don't know. I thought there was going to be more to it.
I don't know what the Rockets are going to do. And I sent you a text this morning, as I typically do. And I think I was looking at what Şengün did. And I saw he had 20 points, 11. He had a double-double, 20 points, 11 rebounds. But when you watch, somebody was making fun of him. And it reminded me of Sabonis because it was just the dumbest shot fake where he just went like this at the three-point line. And
why do you have to drag Sabonis into
because,
that?
No, there's a reason I am. Because I feel like where Şengün is headed, last season he was the talk of the town, right? Very similar to Sabonis, that Beam Team season. Now, they did go to the playoffs, but the Rockets, funny enough, and they lost to the Warriors. But the way it went down, Şengün a little bit younger than Sabonis was during the series, and he just wasn't thought about or talked about the same way. So everybody was on, Sabonis, Şengün, this guy is on the rise. This season comes up. If you have Kevin Durant, even a 37-year-old version of Kevin Durant, and somebody that is an all-star like Şengün, you would think that they would at least be more competitive against the Lakers. I say all that to say
the short-handed Lakers.
Yes, exactly. I think at the end of this season, Şengün is going to get the same type of slander that Sabonis got after the Warriors. Maybe not as bad, and here's why. Şengün already got paid. So I think the situation—
He didn't get paid as much as Domas.
And he did not. He got paid probably what he should be paid. So I don't think the slander is going to be like that, because the problem was coming off of that performance, then Domas got the super bag.
Yeah.
And then everybody said, okay, this dude is not worth this at all.
I think the Kings kind of panicked, like, whatever we do, we can't let him escape.
Right.
And they probably bid against themselves to keep him.
Yeah. with Tyrese Halliburton starting to heat up, they thought we can't make this for nothing and kind of backed themselves into a corner.
Şengün didn't have a great game, but he had 11 rebounds, he had 5 assists, he had 4 steals, a couple blocks. The thing about Durant that stood out was the way the Lakers focused their defense on him, and then the rest of the Rockets like, well, now what do we do? If they're doubling KD, now what do we do? But Durant had 9 turnovers.
Yeah.
Some of them were bad.
There was a game, it was a big game towards the end of the season, and whoever the defense was doing the same thing to Durant. And he just sat there and he didn't make an adjustment. Ime Udoka didn't make an adjustment. And I don't know, maybe Ime's thinking, what adjustment do you want me to make? I got the last Holiday, right? I got the wrong Holiday on the team. I got Tari Eason and Jabari Smith. He played Reed Shepherd. Reed only played like 10
and a half minutes, 0 for 4.
And people said, hey, don't you need more shooting, more offense? And Ime, no, I think we could have figured it out here, there, whatever. So I understand they don't have a lot, but they're not making any adjustments. It's so one note. Somehow they added Kevin Durant and look exactly the same as they looked last season.
And they actually scored fewer points in Game 2 than they did in Game 1, in which Durant didn't play.
And again, you have 2 more years with him at $40+ million.
Mm-hmm. But LeBron, turning back the clock, Alan. Oh, my goodness. You can tell he's relishing it, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he smells, again.
They need me. They need me again.
Well, and he just knows this Rockets team does not have a real threat, right? I mean, you just double Kevin Durant, and the rest are a bunch of bricks. The rest are just a bunch of bricks. And I don't know, maybe Fred VanVleet, because he reworked that contract because a lot of people thought he was overpaid. He's probably thinking, man, I could have maybe kept some of that cash because it looks like y'all need me more than you thought. I'm just looking here, Whitey. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Well, this is postseason. In the postseason, the Rockets have the worst three-point percentage. They're at 29%. But I want to double-check regular season real quick. The Rockets, they were actually somehow they were top 10. In three-point percentage. I don't know how they pulled that off.
You were saying yesterday that you think that DeMar DeRozan would help a contender. I know Jerry Reynolds has said, and he said this before the season ended, he said, I don't know why a team like Houston isn't going after DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
Yeah. Who saw this coming, though? Last night, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard combining for 48 points.
Yeah, that's insane. And even in Game 1, we know what Luke Kennard did, but Marcus Smart was getting loose in Game 1, too. And that's the whole thing. If you're not going to be able to score the basketball, you have to defend. And I know Ime said he thought, if I heard him correctly, that the defense, we held the Lakers to 101. Yeah, you held the G League dang near Lakers to 101. I mean, there's no Luka.
The Lakers still shot 46.4% from 3.
Yeah. I mean, that's just... You got Tari Eason, 4 for 14, 2 of 6 from the field. Jabari Smith. If Tari Eason and Jabari Smith are going to be taking the main share, they both took more shots than Kevin Durant. Şengün, Jabari Smith, and Tari Eason. Like, that's just not a winning combination.
The game is changing. The games, and we talked about it as far as the Spurs game, the games are, it's playoff time. They're physical. Last night, the Rockets shot 19 free throws. Oh, the Lakers shot more. Oh,
yeah.
Is that a thing? They went to the line 28 times last night.
Get to the line. Get to the line. And the, I guess, other guys that they kind of have, like we talked about Reed Shepherd and others, they just don't have, here's the thing, they have no real kind of playoff positive players besides Kevin Durant. Nobody else is really built for the playoffs. You got Şengün, and there's this conversation just with centers in general. There's probably going to become a cap, Whitey, unless you are prime Joel Embiid, and that still ended up being a terrible contract because of injury, or somebody like Jokic. You're just not going to pay a center over X amount of dollars, right? I mean, you really have to be a game-changing threat to get paid that type of money.
Who had a worse night, Şengün or Fernando Mendoza throwing out the first pitch?
Şengün, because he caught the L.
Oh, way.
Yes.
Şengün was...
He's not even trending, fellas.
2011 and 5, man.
He's not even trending, man. Nobody cares.
I didn't watch Şengün and think, I don't know that he's ever held a basketball before.
Well, when he was at that three-point line, I thought it. When he, gave that stupid pump fake, I thought it.
He only took 1 3 last night.
Yeah. That's why, right, he didn't want to.
As opposed to Mr.
Are you
fade route opening first pitch?
It wasn't even bad, man. And there's a lot. I mean, baseball is confusing. It does tend to make real athletes look like non-athletes.
Hell, we're talking about throwing a baseball.
He threw it like a football. I'm rewatching it. He literally takes a step. Yeah, like you said, a fade route. He just threw it like a football.
So, well, baseball's confusing.
It is.
Come on.
I would have told him, feed the giant, right? Get the elbow back, feed the giant, and come over the top. But you don't do that in football. You don't feed the giant. No, I don't think you feed the giant.
I do think being a baseball player makes somebody a better quarterback when you look at guys like Russ and Mahomes and even Elway and all the different throws they can make.
Right.
It's like, it's no big deal. It's just like I'm dropping down here, playing second or whatever. They've done all the throws.
And you know me. I love a good off-platform throw. Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love, he's dropping underhand submarine. Give me an off-platform throw. When I'm grinding tape, I only want to watch the off-platform.
If I recall correctly, the scattering report I saw on you, I don't think they really raved about your arm. I'll say that. I don't remember what they said, but I don't think it was.
Outfield arms, the whole thing is overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. How often are you really hosing out that guy at home? The percentages.
But it's the threat. If a guy has a good arm out there, it's like, whoa, I'm not going to take the extra base on.
I had the quickest release.
Did you?
This side of the Mississippi. We did release times in the outfield.
You weren't even on this side of the Mississippi.
I was either side. I had the fastest release time. We did pop-ups, and they timed us. I get it to the cutoff, man. Now it's your job.
Who had the best arm you ever saw for an outfielder?
That's
not played
arm?
against, but yeah.
I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
There's a couple out there.
Remember when Josh Reddick, when he was on the A's?
Yeah.
Woo!
Look, and cool. There's, what is it?
Dave
Laser
Parker.
Laureano.
Uh-huh.
He's got a hose, and it's all
Raul Mondesi.
Ooh.
Yeah. Everyone's got one. Vladdy had a cannon.
Yeah.
That's all fine and good. You got one throw you need like that.
Hey.
Vladdy used that arm about 5 times in his whole career.
Ichiro.
Cannon. They used it 5 to 10 times in their whole career. Didn't change the complexity of their career at all.
Are the A's ready to replace the Mariners as baseball's darlings? We're back with that next on Sactown Sports.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers numbers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up, mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but Northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Welcome to You Make the Call. Maybe you saw this today. First inning, Logan Gilbert's on the mound for the Seattle Mariners. Here's the pitch to Carlos Cortez. Line drive. Up the middle. Where did it go? Logan Gilbert looking. It went inside his jersey.
Huh.
Did not touch the ground.
So he caught it?
It was in his jersey. He sorts things out. Play remains live. He wasn't sure where the ball had dropped. Hopscotching on the mound. He reached around in confusion, began realizing it was stuck in the polyester. Umpires called time, stop play, and then they had to confer. You make the call. What's the call? You had, by the way, runners on first and third. Line drive to the pitcher, gets lodged in his jersey. You make the call.
It's an out.
What do you think, Jay?
It's an out.
In accordance with MLB umpire manual's rules interpretations, which say that a batted or thrown ball going inside a player or coach's uniform is deemed out of play, Cortez was credited with a hit.
What?
Yeah, I was with you guys.
And it never touched the ground.
Never touched the ground, but once it goes in there, it's out of play. So if it's out of play, you can't catch it.
I've seen someone catch a ball with, like, their hat, though. What's the difference?
According to the rule, that's not part. Well, it's inside a player or coach's uniform. It's up to the umpire's discretion to place the runners. By the way, Nick Kurtz stayed at third. Runner on first was Shea Langoliers. He went to second. Mark Kotze went out to say, "Hey, the runners should be allowed to score." The umpire in their judgment, they said no, he was not going to score. But that's what happened. And each of those runners did go on to score later in the inning.
Just learned something new.
Yeah. I was with you guys. To me, it's like, oh, that's an easy one.
That sounds like something that would happen to the Dodgers. They just get gifted a home run.
What do you mean? First of all, your team beat the Dodgers.
I know.
So just, you could take the edge off a little bit. And we're talking about the A's. Top of the fifth, the A's leading the Mariners 3-2, by the way. The A's, correct me if I'm wrong, Alan, they're going for a sweep?
Yeah. I mean, they've been...
Get the broom?
I told you, man, that
I noticed the person that sits where you sit on the show before us, not talking a lot of baseball this week.
Look, they had a good run, the Mariners did. But we have no... And that's why, I am not a hater. I'm not a hater on the Mariners. I just wanted to see them do it again. Just do it again. A lot of teams have. Look at the Giants.
Cal Raleigh's struggling mightily, Alan. He's struggling.
Mm-hmm. I'm
really,
telling you.
Really having a hard time getting going.
Look at the Giants. They had a good season, a couple years back, 107 wins.
Dude, that was
I said the same thing.
Couple years back, yeah.
Do it again. Or it's just a random good season. Teams have random good seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy for the city of Seattle. I have some friends that are Mariners fans. I grew up loving Ken Griffey. I just said do it again.
Well, they'll still have the chance, but they were playing better, and then they struggled again, and they come into this game 10-15. The A's 13-11, and the A's go and they play Texas after this. Here's part of the problem for a guy like Cal Raleigh. You hit 60 home runs, right? 60 home runs last year. He could hit 26 this year. That'd be a really good year.
Yeah.
But after you hit 60, you'd be like, oh, what happened to you?
Right. People like me, man, that guy told you.
What a bum.
Yeah.
Only 26 home runs?
One hit wonder. I told you. Yeah, I mean, and we've seen it before. We were joking about it. Random players have just crazy seasons like that. Sometimes you're just in the zone for a whole season, and maybe you never get it back to that level. That doesn't mean that you're a bad player.
A team that's not in the zone right now, the New York Mets, have lost 12 straight games.
How is that possible?
With the highest payroll in baseball, if I'm not mistaken.
What a disaster. Now, that's a disaster. You rank the disasters in sports, the Mets are right there.
Yeah.
And something was going on early in the season. They legitimately were worried about Francisco Lindor. 2 situations where he just forgot that there weren't
they're playing
2 outs.
the A's, and there's a guy on first, there's a ground ball to second, and he just kind of backs up second base. It's like, we could have had a double play there.
Yeah.
And he just,
Right. And these guys
wasn't aware of what was going on.
These are some big checks.
Yeah.
These
Apparently
are big
he and
checks.
Soto are not too close. They're not like you and Matt George. They really don't get along.
Everyone can't be, boys like that.
Yeah.
But they asked Soto, hey, have you talked to the team, because he's been out with the calf, I believe. He said, no. Nah, I haven't talked to them. I'm just letting them out there
He
lose.
said, the only person I talk to in the organization is the person who writes my checks.
Yeah. If you're not signing checks, I don't really know what there is to talk about. I'm at
He
home.
didn't say that.
I'm at home. They're on the road. What are we going to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, keep up the bad work.
Aren't you glad that you allowed me to be a Giants fan for the next couple of days?
I am.
One night in, it worked.
Still work to do.
I had the Dodgers running into each other.
Yeah.
I had them throwing the ball into the dugout.
Yeah. I'll tell you this
The
much.
Dodgers shortstop thought he was Fernando Mendoza.
You love it. I'll tell you this much. If the Giants win tonight with Tyler Mahle taking on Shohei's ERA, is like 0.5. It's not 0.5. Tyler Mahle's ERA is 7-something. If the Giants pull this off tonight,
That's baseball.
You might have to be a Giants fan for a bit longer.
No.
You might have to be.
That's not
you like it over here.
No.
You woke up this morning. Oh yeah, I'm a Giants guy.
For today I am.
You had a smile on your face and a song in your heart.
Thanks to the Giants, the other Southern California team is tied for first place today. So thank you for that.
Who, the Angels?
No. No, they are not.
The Padres.
Yeah.
The Fathers.
Yeah. The Angels did win last night, though. But yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm assuming, and the way Tony Vitello managed last night made me feel like he is not that confident about tonight's game. Hey,
really?
We're in a good situation. They used 4 relievers, and he pressed all the right buttons, but I thought that was a situation he felt, we have to get this win. Tomorrow, we'll just hopefully hit and pray.
I like the way this game shapes up for you. Ohtani's phenomenal. He's not going to post a 0.5 ERA. That thing's due to go up. It's baseball. And Mahle I don't think he's a guy who should pitch to an ERA over 7. We'll find out. But that's due to come down a little bit.
And let's be real. Neither team is fully healthy. I think the Dodgers obviously have more injuries that they're dealing with than the Giants. So you got to jump on them now while you can. Got to do it. Every game matters.
Baseball's off to a pretty good start.
Oh, yeah. It's hot right now.
A lot of interesting things going on.
It's hot right
Even for
now.
teams like Los Gigantes, that maybe they're not playing that great overall, but there's interesting things going on.
And there's always going to be a sound bite. There's always going to be somebody like Dalton Rushing saying, bleep him. Bleep
I did
him.
not have a problem with that.
You saw him say bleep him.
I saw it, yes. There's a play at the plate. And by the way, Giants fans should be saying that to the third base coach.
Yeah.
Why did they send Lee on that play?
Hector Borg.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
He was in the, well, you know what it was, guys? It had just rained. It was still raining. And I think he thought, wet ball.
I guess.
Let's take a chance.
Yeah.
But
Jay, there's not a hit and run, but 2 strikes, 2 outs. So Lee's running with a pitch, and it was a line drive single up the middle from Ramos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Lee's off with a pitch, so he rounds second. I was wondering, is he going to get to third? Yeah, he gets to third. Rounds third and keeps on running. And he's out by 6 feet, Alan?
Something like that.
No, not that much.
It was 6 feet.
That's why
7 feet?
It wasn't that close, which is why his slide was weird.
Yeah, so he kind of came in awkwardly, got tagged hard in the ribs, and then he kind of fell awkwardly and he looked hurt. And the catcher's walking away and he looks back. To me, he looked back and he's saying, "Oh, is he okay?" And then he just says, F him.
Jay,
but
did
it wasn't
you see
like
that?
he got in the face of him and said, "Hey,
Wait, hold
F
on.
you."
Hold on. We just talked about trash talking yesterday.
He said it really to himself.
So let's just make
But
this
the
decision
camera
now.
happened to be on him.
Fair, foul, shrugging, seeing an injured brother in Major League Baseball.
He wasn't
your
his brother.
brother
He was in the different uniform.
and saying, shrug him, bleep him. Whitey, fair, foul.
Oh, that's fair, brother.
Jay,
That's right up the middle. That's fair, bro.
it's probably fair.
Yes,
It's probably
it is. You don't need to go to replay review.
The
on that
reason
one.
it's fair for me is because if you're going to like rivalries, you have to like this, right? If you can't want a rivalry but want guardrails within the rivalry.
But I bet he would have said that no matter who it was.
Oh, I'm sure he
He
would
was
have.
just saying, basically he was saying, I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, if he had somebody said he should have checked on him. No, I would have vomited. Don't
Yeah.
check on him.
No.
But bleep him. It's fair, but you know what, Dalton? You'll get what's coming. A lot of people are saying he might get an ear hole tonight if he plays.
Really?
Yeah, but
That would stun me.
because I posted it and it went viral.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going to get an ear hole.
Oh, because she's, I can't believe this. It's
Yeah.
terrible. Do you see what this,
I just
this
said
rivalry is harder than ever.
No, not well. I did. I said best rivalry. It's back.
Okay.
It's back, guys.
We all have to do what we have to do. And what we have to do is take a quick time out because Dave Fleming, voice of the Giants, joins us next on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
On sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy.
Oh, ouch.
However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. the roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby insight and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
It's no secret the world feels unpredictable lately. One thing will never change: Hoblet's mission to lower high prices. Right now, and only at Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland, you can get 4.99% financing for up to 84 months on all new vehicles in stock and keep every factory rebate you qualify for when you finance with Hoblet's preferred lender. That's 4.99% financing, and you keep all the factory rebates you qualify for. Not one or the other, like other dealers are offering. Only Hoblet has fought to get you a deal this good. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 4.99% APR available on select new vehicles in stock while supplies last. Pricing and savings may vary by model, and trim financing on approved credit through Hoblet Preferred Lending for well-qualified buyers. $60,000 match finance, approximately $14 per thousand finance. Residency restrictions and lender membership requirements may apply. See dealer for details.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
So, who is the best, most accomplished person to attend Stanford University? To me, there's a 1A and there's a 1B. 1A, of course, Maxime Renault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then 1B is nice enough to join us. He's been the voice of the Giants for many, many years. He's done ESPN. He's an outstanding broadcaster. It's been far too long since we've had the chance to talk to voice of the Giants, Dave Fleming. How are you today, Dave?
Maxime and I are so far down that list. We're way far down that list. Nice of you to say, but we're not sniffing the upper reaches of that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I like Maxime a lot. He's a great kid and very talented ball player, but he ain't either. It's not just me.
Well, it's a judgment call, Dave, and I'm entitled to my opinion on that.
Sure. Okay.
What Giants have won 4 or 5 now. What stands out to you as far as why they're winning more games recently?
Yeah, what stands out is the bullpen. The bullpen has done a really nice job because they're not blowing anybody out in these games. The bullpen's done a really nice job of stabilizing the late game situations and finding a way to, even while not everything is clicking still. I mean, some things are trending in the right direction. Some players are starting to swing the bats better, but it's still not perfect. And so in the meantime, while you wait for it to get the way it's supposed to look, you find a way to scrap and claw and win some of these games. And so I give them credit for doing that because, it's still really not – they are a long way from being the best version of themselves, but they've stabilized the season. They're feeling like a more confident group, and they're surviving a really tough early season schedule.
Yeah, Dave, early in the season, or I think it might have even been before the season started, Buster took a certain level of flack because he was talking about the bullpen, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was something to the effect of that's probably the one variable that you only have so much control over because a bullpen can get hot. You never know what can happen. So they weren't necessarily going to pour a bunch of money into it. You see Edwin Diaz going down for the Dodgers. But did you agree with Buster? Do you think the bullpen is just that one variable on the team that even if you try to set it up perfectly, you don't really know what's going to happen, good or bad?
Yeah, it's a kind of a tricky one to talk through because I think, like it is true. Two things can be true. Number one, it's really hard to be a good championship level team without an excellent bullpen. So it's really important to your team. That's part one. Part two is it's extremely hard to predict who's going to be good year to year among those relievers. And the Giants were so spoiled for so many years of having 4, 5, 6 pitchers. We sort of know about Afeld and Romo and Casilla and Lopez, and had Yusmeiro Petit in there, who was awesome for several seasons, and all, before that, Brian Wilson. And like those guys were so good for so many years. That's not the way it works for almost anybody else. It just isn't. And the year-to-year variability of those spots is just extreme. And so I think Buster's point is more like if you pour a bunch of resources in, you're asking to be disappointed. And the best way to do it is try to compile as many options as you can, have intense competition, which is really what we saw in the spring. Like the Giants sent down 4 or 5 or 6 pitchers to AAA who we thought had a really good chance to make the big league team. Guys like Spencer Bivens, who the last couple of years have been major contributors in the big leagues, are pitching in AAA right now. And I think that's what Buster's point was. Like, the best way to do it is not to throw a bunch of money at the problem, but more like try to create as much competition, as many options as you have, and let those guys kind of sort it out themselves.
That's Dave Fleming, voice of the Giants. How long does it take for a manager to really get a handle on who he's got and how best to use them in your experience?
That's a good question. I think all things considered, Tony is doing an excellent job of that for somebody who, for somebody who's brand new to the job and thus is brand new to all of these players. Like, he's getting to know everybody. I would say he's doing a darn good job so far in that department. That's the hardest job for any manager, is bullpen management. That is the hardest, sort of most high profile, easiest to criticize, easiest to notice. That's a difficult part of being a big league manager. And so far, the early returns are really good. And I think you're seeing with some of those players, you watch him manage day to day, you watch him navigate situations. He's building confidence. It's almost like he's got a plan for each of these guys because the roles aren't set. It's not like it's been, this guy's Walker's the 9th inning every day. It's not like that. Miller's the 8th inning every day. Not at all. The roles have been variable, but I think if you watch closely, his plan for each individual is pretty clear. And I think those guys right now are feeling confident, and I'm giving the manager some credit for that.
Dave, specifically with Rafael Devers, he's been off to a slow start. He had a big base knock in last night's game. They did all their damage in that first inning. But a lot of people have different thoughts on when to worry about a hitter. I've heard end of May. I've heard after 100 at-bats. And obviously that varies based on the player and how much credibility that player has. What's your thought process on when you, quote-unquote, worry about a hitter?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about this guy in particular just because there's such a long track record of success. That doesn't mean it's not ugly right now. It is. But I just find it almost impossible to believe that somehow, like, oof, there it goes. He doesn't have it anymore. I don't think that's the case. This guy's going to get it together. He does have, we're watching him full-time for the first time. We got a good chunk of half a year last year with him, but he's still relatively new to all of us. He's got moving parts. You watch him set up. It's a different sort of mechanical setup, and the elbows are pinching in, and he's moving. It's a big, strong body. It's not a sort of simple, calm, mechanical swing. And so because of that, I think he is susceptible to timing issues. And right now it's obvious he is not timing the fastball. And so I don't think it's like, hey, he's physically broken down and can't do it anymore. To my eye, it's more like his timing's off. And so you're trying to hit 95, even if it's out over the heart of the plate. If your timing's off, you're not hitting it. And he will click that in at some point, and they need him to, because he's the most important hitter on that team. They absolutely have to get high-level offensive performance from him, and it's going to happen. But, you watched last night. It was a really big hit he has, but it's easy to get impatient with him. You know how good he is, and he's missing a lot of pitches that ordinarily he wouldn't miss.
Dave Fleming, nice enough to join us. And I mentioned Dave and Maxime Renaud, probably the most famous people who went to Stanford, and Dave said there's more. I did find one I want to add to the list. Sigourney Weaver. Will you allow that, Dave? Can I add her to the list?
You can add Sigourney Weaver, sure. Of all the ones, I wasn't necessarily thinking you'd pick her, but sure, go with Sigourney Weaver. She's awesome. Alien, great.
Yes, there we go. I wanted to ask you about Daniel Susak. I know he landed on IL, but as you know, he's local, went to Jesuit from Roseville, played for the Lincoln Potters. What kind of impact has he had, kind of surprisingly, already at the major league level?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've known his family. I've known his brother for a long time. I'm a big fan of his brother. And I've heard a lot about Daniel through the years from Andrew, from other people up there. But I've been more than pleasantly surprised. Like, that guy is the look of a big league player, and he's got the mentality of a big leaguer. Like, he's been really impressive to me, and I hope this doesn't turn into – I hope this is just a short-term thing and that some rest will help clear this up. I mean, this kind of injury can sort of linger and turn into the thing where maybe then you have to consider some other options. I'm really, really hopeful that this doesn't turn into that, and he's back out on the field soon because, gosh, you watch him play, and he looks the part. I'm thinking this guy's got a chance to have a really nice, long big league career. He loves being with the Giants. I love the demeanor. I think Daniel's a really talented guy.
Let's keep it out here, Dave, in the 916. Logan Webb has struggled a little bit. We talked about Rafael Devers at the plate. How about Logan Webb on the mound? 5 starts here, and people were wondering, is it the World Baseball Classic? Is it what happened because they started the season and it was Netflix night, whatever it is? I've never seen somebody take as much accountability as Logan Webb has, and we love that. But is there a line here where you might wonder, is everything good with Logan Webb?
He certainly has been accountable. I mean, it's amazing. I thought he threw the ball really well on Friday night and didn't have the bottom line results to show for it, but I thought he threw the ball well. And gosh, after the game, he was down.
Yeah.
Talking about his own performance. So that to me is leadership. I am hopeful that, I know Logan really well after all these years now. I'm hopeful that some of that at least is his feeling of, I'm a leader on this team. I need to be accountable for that, even if maybe he doesn't 100% believe it. I thought Friday night looked good. The velocity was there. The zip was there. I'm not dismissive. I mean, Logan blows it off because he really wanted to be a part of the WBC thing. He loved doing it. He pitched really well for them. But I'm not dismissive of the idea that may have affected the first couple starts of the regular season. It's just, the huge adrenaline hit of those games, and those games were intense, man. And then come back to spring training and pitch a time or two back in the sort of like the sleepy lullaby Cactus League. Maybe I'll be out there for 5, and who knows who is on the other side, and everybody's sipping their margaritas like that. That is a come down. And then you ramp back up for Netflix and Yankees. Like it's kind of riding the roller coaster. So my guess is that had something to do with the early season struggles. Not necessarily that he's hurt or it screwed up his arm, but just more like it's a weird way to get prepared for the season. And so I bet we'll see the really good Logan Webb soon. I thought the stuff on Friday night looked much more like it. More zip on the sinker, more bite on the changeup. I can't wait to see him pitch tomorrow against the Dodgers.
Dave Fleming, our guest. And I know a lot of people I tend to overreact to everything, Dave. That said, I know there's a long ways to go in the season, a long ways to go, but it is the Dodgers. The Giants have gotten off to a little bit of a rougher start than they'd hoped. How important is this series as far as just starting to stabilize some of the ups and downs of the early part of the season for the Giants?
Yeah, most of it for me is just surviving this first month plus. It's a gauntlet, and it's these East. We're getting ready. The Marlins come to town, and the Marlins have been a spunky team, way better than expected. And it's Alcantara and Perez lined up pitching all week. I mean, it's Ohtani tonight, Glasnow tomorrow, Alcantara, Perez, like that. That is some really tough starting pitching that they faced. And they faced Christopher Sanchez already and Fried and Schlittler. And it's like, man, can we get a little bit of a breather? They're seeing all the best starting pitchers, it seems like to me, that the National League and even the American League have to throw at them. So for me, it's more about kind of surviving the early part of the season. And then this series specifically, just proving to yourself that this isn't an overmatch. You can talk all you want about we're not afraid of anybody and we don't back down from anybody, and I believe that. But you still have to prove to yourself that we can hang with these guys. And it's 2 straight years. What have they gone, 4-9 against the Dodgers for 2 straight regular seasons? And they've looked, frankly, they've looked sort of outclassed by them in head-to-head matchups for 2 years in a row. I just think establishing that it's not going to be that easy for them to take it to us this year is an important psychological hurdle to overcome early in the year. So that's why these games, if you win tonight, you're feeling like it is different this year, and that is significant to me.
Dave, we couldn't have you on and not talk about the one, the only Bryce Eldridge. Dave, I feel like the Giants have been caught in a situation where, and their record shows it, they'll play well for a little, and just when it starts getting bad, they heat up again. So you don't really know when you should pull up Bryce. I know he's hitting over 300, and his OPS is outstanding. He does have a lot of strikeouts still. But at what point do you think the Giants say, they could have brought him after winning a series, but hey, you got the Dodgers, and that would be a lot. I saw that they don't want him to come off like he's the savior or anything like that. But at what point would you just press the red button and say, let's just get him up here, unless that offense really does just consistently continue to stay hot?
Yeah, I mean, if something happened to Devers or if something had happened to Casey Schmidt, who's kind of like the second DH first baseman right now, and Casey's swinging the bat really well. We know Devers is just going to play his way through this. Devers is going to get the full 100% opportunity. Devers is not losing his job, so he's going to keep playing. So unless one of those two guys got hurt, I think for now the true plan with Bryce is that just to let him have normal development. He is so young. He's the second youngest player in the PCL. He's 21 years old. He was a high school kid. He'd be in the draft. If he'd gone to college, he'd be getting ready to be drafted this year, and then start the professional clock and, have it be a year or two to climb his way to the big leagues. So I think their real idea is, if it's part of what you're saying, like we don't want to put the pressure of being the savior on this guy. It's also like, hey, force the issue. Check those developmental boxes, get that strikeout rate down a little bit, get the contact rate up a little bit, get the chase percentage down more. And you do that with reps. You do. Like, he hasn't had a ton of professional reps. So I think they really this guy's going to be such a big part of their future. They don't want to rush it. They don't want to skip steps. And I think they're doing it the right way with him. He got the call last year because they were sort of desperate. But the idea always was that was just a short-term thing, and that Bryce probably would be best served a little more time down there. Let's see the big kid really force the issue, and then they'll make the decision. They will. They will make room for him. If he just explodes, he's coming up.
Just one more for you, Dave. We appreciate your time. We'll let you go. And I apologize. This may be kind of silly, but you know how fans are. Last night, the play where Lee got thrown out at the plate, looked like maybe he injured himself. And on TV, you could see Dalton Rushing walking away from the plate, and he appeared to mouth something like, bleep him. Which to me, when seeing it, I'm not a Dodger fan, but to me it looked like he was just saying, never mind. But a lot of Giants fans really reacted strongly to that on social media. In your professional experience, what are the chances that's something the Giants going into the game tonight are even remotely aware of? Is that a thing, or are we just, you know what, it's a playoff?
I think they're aware of it. I think these guys, I think that's not saying there's going to be, repercussions for them. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I think it's hard to sneak anything past these guys now. And they are young, and they do have all the, whether it's they have TikTok, they have Instagram, they have all these players have that stuff, and they see all this stuff. So I'm sure even if they didn't notice it in the moment, that after the game, when they were sitting at their locker scrolling through their phones, I bet you that there was a little discussion about that. And you know what? That's okay. Like, Giants-Dodgers is supposed to be edgy. And I don't know I have no idea what Dalton Rushing meant by doing that. But, we saw the reaction in Cincinnati. Like, the Giants did not take that kindly to Spencer Steer doing what he did. And, maybe this is going to be a little edgier Giants team this year. Maybe so.
All right. Well, Dave, I didn't go to Stanford, but I was in the hospital there for about a week. So if it's one semi-Cardinal to another, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Enjoy the game. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Hopefully they patched you up. They do a pretty good job.
They do.
Stanford
They
hospital.
do real good work.
Hopefully they did right by you. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, you.
Dave.
All right, Alan. There you
go. Best interview we've had. No disrespect to the others.
I tried to give him room there.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever you want to go with it.
Best interview we have had. I had to stay professional, in the interview. But Dave, thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
That was a great,
what do you
great
think,
all
Jay?
around.
Players are aware of everything now.
Yeah.
Of course.
It might just mean, there's a little chippiness. Because I don't even know. I got to double check if Will Smith was just taking a night off, or if Dalton even plays today. Because I don't think they're just going to bean anybody.
Right.
I don't think they would just do that.
It's funny, you look at averages now across baseball, and so many of them are so far down. Dalton Rushing sitting 414.
No, he's been balling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did just get a night off because Will Smith played the last game against the Rockies. So I would expect it will probably be Will Smith today. So what do you do?
Okay. And speaking of catchers, somebody in the chat pointed out that I guess Cal Raleigh hit another home run today. He's actually hit a few home runs off the A's. So we were kind of poo-pooing the season he's had. He's not having a great season, though.
No, I mean, again, after a season like he just had, it would be tough to double up on that. So nobody should expect that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to do something, Cal.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do something.
So what are you going to do if you're the skipper, if you're Tony V? Maybe you do nothing. You let your players police it?
If he's not playing,
yeah,
I don't know if you being a random Dodger, right?
Right.
Because I believe
you put yourself
Steer
in harm's way by escalating when you don't need to.
They beaned Steer the next day. That's where it started because he played. You can't just – I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I don't think it's an offense to where we're just going to bean some random player or bean Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
That would be spicy because he's
Or at
pitching.
least buzz the tower on him, right?
Not Ohtani. You do it to Ohtani, we got action. If you do it to Ohtani, but – I would say it's just another fiery situation. Maybe it's a strikeout bleep you versus we're actually going to bean somebody.
Yeah. Just whatever it takes. It's one of the reasons players were on amphetamines for so long. It's hard to get up for 162.
Right.
So whatever it takes. You see what he said? Let's get him.
What about if you just bean Will Smith? Hey, well, he ain't playing, but it's the same position.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not saying to do it, but that's
no, I understand.
Really,
I don't think so, right?
Because
then
Will
it's like,
Smith,
wait, why? Oh, because our catch. No, I don't think that's.
You bean Will Smith and he exits the game, then you get to bean Dalton.
If it's not the guy that actually did what you deem to be offensive, then it's got to be the other team's best player. You gotta buzz the Ohtani Tower if you're going to do anything. Because if you wait for him to come up as rushing, maybe he comes up as a pinch hitter. Pinch hit situation, you don't want to put him on.
No, and you can't do it. You're not going to do it on tomorrow. And he might not even play. He's not the starting catcher.
You might do it tomorrow.
He might not even play again. He's not the starting catcher.
It's tricky.
Maybe I don't know.
You're the one that started all this, Alan.
I didn't start it, but I sure did I sure did fire it up, though. Oh, I love it. I love it. They have out the starting lineup for the Giants today. It's pretty typical. You got they have been dropping Devers, though. They got Devers hitting 4 today, but Lee is in the lineup, so no issues there. He has banged up his quad, I guess. No issues there. Let's rock and roll, man. Let's win a series today. Let's win a series today. Playoff basketball is going on. Oh, my goodness.
So both things can be true. I think we all agreed that what Rushing did is like, okay, fine. That's fine. But it's also fun if the Giants say, wait, no. We're not just going to let you do that.
Right.
Both are fine.
Yeah, I think that the Giants should care more than, you're not a Giants fan. So you saying that it's fine, there's Giants fans that are going to feel some type of way, and then they're the actual Giants that should feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Because that's your guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what
so
they're
that
going to
thing
do.
blew up last night when you posted something?
Oh, yeah. I got 1 million views.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Hey, just
and what
in
did you
time-
say exactly?
I said.
Can you share it with us?
Yeah, literally all I said was Dalton Rushing after seeing Jung-Hoo Lee possibly injured in a play at the plate. And then I put in parentheses, because I'm not a professional lip reader, I'm pretty sure, I said, bleep him. Giants-Dodgers rivalry is alive and well. 1.6 million views. Just in time for baby number one's birthday tomorrow. I need it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Cash me out, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So she's 3 tomorrow?
3.
Wow.
Yeah. She's going to be, I don't know if you guys know, but that's what they say these days. She's going to be a 3-nager.
Huh?
A 3-nager.
I heard you, but what?
Apparently it's a thing where they say, it's terrible 2s, and then they're 3-nagers, where basically they just got an attitude, and they say, no. So that's, I don't know. I've never had a 3-year-old, but apparently, you're going to have a 3-nager. All right. Yeah.
Who the heck says that?
I'm telling you.
Thank you for this note, Jay. San Antonio Spurs' Keldon Johnson has won the 25-26 NBA Sixth Man of the Year award, according to Shams. Congratulations, Keldon Johnson. You're shaking that off?
It's the Spurs, so he gets it. When Malik should have got it, he didn't get it.
Oh, man. You're still upset about that? When it went to Naz Reid, who had started 10 games or whatever it was?
Yeah, and I remember talking to Malik about that. It just, it's just frustrating. What's so crazy about that, too, is that first year, the Beam Team season, when everybody was talking about that for Malik in 2022, 2023, he was 5th. He wasn't even second.
Right, it was the next year when it looked like he was going to get it.
Right. Ridiculous. But Keldon gets it because he's on the Riverwalk team.
Would the Kings take Cam Boozer? Why one mock says they would. We'll look at that when we come back. Sactown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra $25 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Are you looking for a night out that actually delivers? Grab your friends and head to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. We've got cold drinks, great vibes, and live baseball all in one place. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Interesting response from the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, to the whole LeBron-Memphis situation. Wouldn't you say, Alan? He backed Memphis but said, yeah, we wouldn't mind him playing a few games in Nashville.
There's no way, and I promise you I'm not doing a thing. But I told you when we talk about my guy, Jimmy Kerrigan, who played, I think he's still playing in the Mexican League. I was a senior. He was a freshman. But
I'm sorry, who is Jimmy Kerrigan?
Jimmy Kerrigan is the dude who got me out of center field senior year.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was, hold on, stay with me. My coach said to me, hey, Al, let's see you in left. We just want to see something. And they put old Jimmy in center. And I never played center again at Temple University my senior year. That was it. Jimmy ended up playing AA. He got drafted, so I don't feel as bad about it. But when somebody says, I just want to see something, that's not good.
No.
So Adam Silver, tell me who's another team? I know the Spurs played a couple games at Jerry World, right? I think they did that a couple times or something. No, you know what it was? KD... They played in
University of Texas or
something like that. But saying this is everybody's team, not just Memphis, you're starting to condition people, right?
You're trying anyway.
And what other team does that? Hey, I just want to see what it looks like in Nashville. We just want to see, and then it's easier to get to the arena. Oh well, Nashville's got this, Nashville's got that. That is their Jimmy Kerrigan. Nashville is Memphis's Jimmy Kerrigan. When they say, oh, I just want to see how it looks. Okay.
How insulting is that to the fans of the Memphis Grizzlies and Memphis, too? The commissioner going to stand up for us? Well, a little. Who
says that? Who says that? I know the Golden State Warriors is weird because it's Golden State, right? But you don't have, let's think about it. Why did Portland? Yeah, and we're going to play a couple games, in a different city instead of in Oregon. Because we want everybody to know that it's Oregon's team, not just Portland's. That sounds ridiculous.
Well, I think Golden State's a good example because they were the San Francisco Warriors. They moved to Oakland and didn't want to be the Oakland Warriors.
Right.
So that's when they said, we're the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
And when they went back to San Francisco, they wanted to change it back. And people said, no way.
You can't do it.
You're the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, you can't do it. Oh, we're going to play a couple games in Pittsburgh. We're going to play a couple Sixers games in Pittsburgh to let everyone know that this is Pennsylvania's team. That sounds ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That is bad, bad, bad. I mean, they're literally telling us what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the timing is or I don't know what the reasonings need to be, Whitey. I know if that hotel, and Jay would know he traveled. Jay, have you ever done the Memphis, how they keep complaining about this Memphis hotel? And again,
no, I had not because it was the Westin is what they're complaining about. We were staying at another place when I was traveling.
Okay, because that's what they keep saying. And if it isn't up to snuff, now I saw somebody. Did you see this, Whitey? This, I guess, content creator went to the Westin and he goes in the hotel and he says, "This is what the NBA players are complaining about." Now we got to be honest about this, people. We live in two different realities, right? these guys have more money than most of us will ever see. So going in there as a normal person, now I'm not saying that they're not spoiled. I know they work their butts off, don't get me wrong. But going in there as a normal person and no one's saying the Westin is a bad hotel. But if you're comparing it to where else they're staying, everybody is allowed to have standards.
Okay, yeah, but at the very least, just don't say that.
I agree with that too. But now they're saying it because Adam is saying that it's okay. Yeah, we're going to see how it looks. Hey, Al, we're going to see how it looks in left. Hey, Memphis, we're just going to see how this looks in Nashville real quick.
What'd they tell you? We just want to see something.
Oh, I'll never forget. It was at Virginia Tech. And I'm out there, Did
a chill go down your spine?
Well, I had a play. It was against Delaware, and I'm running back, and I have a slide. It was very awkward, Whitey. I had to slide to my left, and it nicked off my glove. Got a double. It wasn't an error. They had a rock warning track. And at that time, I'm thinking, man, if I had got that, I would have really, because it was still kind of up for grabs at that point. Next series, hey, Al, we see what you look like in left. We see what Jimmy looks like in center.
It sounds like they didn't even tell you to your face, like you were out there.
No, because we were on a road trip.
Uh-huh.
So
you're out there.
There was no I never went to practice in left. It was right before a game. And they just said, we're just going to do this. Mm-hmm. And it was it. It was like it wasn't a tournament, but we had multiple games at Virginia Tech. I can't remember. I think it was against Virginia Tech, the first one. They're like, we're going to see what it looks like. You never want to see never want somebody to say, I want to see what this looks like.
Especially that'd be like moving hey, we want to move you from short to second.
I think it's worse.
We just want to
I think it's worse. I do. I thought, oh, man, and everybody's just looking at me thinking it's okay, guys.
Jay, is moving from center to left worse than being moved from short to second?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Because center of the diamond
is short is hard to play.
Right before a game, no conversation. Hey, Al, you can see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Nashville.
I guess it looked pretty good.
He could play. Dude could play.
Yeah, but maybe your strengths were they saw the strengths for you being in left and him being in center. You coming from the southpaw side. Maybe they saw something.
Yeah, I hear you.
Or
not
maybe
always personal.
If you'd made that play.
If I made that play to this day.
On a rock. What you say, the rock?
The
rock
warning track
warning
was
track.
Small pebbles. And
Who
I
was
slid. This was
Virginia Tech?
Well, early in the season, you just play. You all got down south because the weather's bad.
Too cold.
So it was like a jamboree. I couldn't tell you where, but we were playing University of Delaware. And dude smokes a double. I'm like, I need to hold on to this. Couldn't get it. Then we went to Virginia Tech on that road trip, and that's when they had to see something.
Did you ever snatch one away from over the fence, take
Never
one home
got
run?
the opportunity. No, my pitchers, I was more like Barry. They give them up. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of wall scrapers.
So you wouldn't even give them the respect to turning and running back?
No,
the
I'd
ball?
run back.
Yeah.
I would do that, but I ain't there.
Have you noticed this? There was a few years ago in baseball, if someone hit one solid, it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Tony Kemp one time hitting one the other way in Houston, and it was way, way out.
Yeah.
For many years there, 2017, in that era, somebody connected, it was gone. Now you have more of the home run robberies because the ball's not traveling as far.
That's interesting you say that. Do you think that they're not traveling as far, or do you think due to the launch angle, they're hit higher, but they're not necessarily maybe that's what you're saying, because everyone's focusing on get it up, get it into the jet stream. You're producing more chances at home runs, but in the reality is they don't really have any business getting out.
I think they brought the ball back within more reasonable dimensions. And there's some wiggle room there. So you remember about 2017, the ball was flying out of the park, and baseball said, it's still the same specifications. Okay, but within the specifications, there's still wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
So both things could be true.
And you just think
it's
they
still
kept
within
it
the
quiet.
specifications, but the ball was just more
But why would they do that?
friendly. Because more home runs.
But why would they change it back?
Because it was too many.
No, there's no
you
such
go back
thing.
like the 2017 World Series, and I know some of that was, you got both teams, I think, stealing signs, but the ball was just, it was a little ridiculous. And I do think they brought it very quietly brought it back to some more reasonable numbers.
Yeah. I don't think they do that, though.
Well, you look up the numbers.
I mean, it wasn't like it was 17 to 14.
Remember, the pitchers were saying that's why the pitchers had the sticky stuff.
Right.
Because the ball was so slick.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm just,
that was how the pitchers responded.
Yeah. I remember that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there was a period there where there's a swing, that's a home run.
And that was beautiful to me. Getting up in the jet stream, Whitey.
Mm-hmm. As we look at the NBA draft coming up and the NFL draft coming up, have you ever heard this, Alan, that every spot in a draft has a corresponding body part in terms of importance? Have you ever heard that?
You've been on this. I have not heard about this.
Okay, you probably hadn't heard it because I made it up today on my way in. So that, if you had heard about it, I was going to worry.
Yeah. Makes more sense.
Yeah. So, ranking the most important body parts, like a brain, your first pick's like brain. Like your Raiders have the number one picks. Like you could get a new brain.
Right.
So you got like brain, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys. Those are like your top 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so important here where the Kings end up. Because, other than that, like skin, eyes, ears, muscles, bones. Not as important as the brain as your top 10.
Jawline.
Yeah, it's further down. Like where the Kings could end up, they could end up with the 8th pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like maybe your spleen. It's important, but you could actually do without a spleen.
I don't think spleen is 8.
So that's the difference. You think that's too high for the spleen?
Yeah.
Well, how about 27 where the 49ers are picking?
Maybe that's spleen.
That might be like, I don't know, your toenails or something.
Yeah.
Or you know what the uvula is? That thing that hangs down on the back of your throat?
Right.
27th pick's like the uvula.
Yeah. I mean, is it there?
That's why people aren't as excited about the 49er draft.
Well, yeah, and everyone's saying that they're going to trade down for what?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pull what the Kings are supposed to pull.
Yeah.
If the Kings get 7th or 8th.
But the Kings, it
Turn
could be.
down for what?
I should have kept it rolling there, Jay.
Yeah.
Trade down for what? The Kings could get a new brain. They could get a new spleen. There's a big difference there.
That's a big difference. That is a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's also assuming that that brain is a good brain.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
Right.
But still, yeah. Oh, we get a new brain.
You get a chance at a brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get a brain of a guy that can't throw a baseball, but that's okay. You get.
It's not. I watched it again. It's truly not that bad. He just left it up.
It's bad.
It's not.
For a professional quarterback?
It's not. That Lamar one was much better than I had hoped, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He put a little slide piece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get on top of that thing.
Yeah, they challenged ABS at high. So when we come back, we'll tell you about the mock that has the Kings actually taking Cam Boozer. Who says that and why when we come back? Sactown Sports.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo.
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
At Big O, our ProTech Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance. So tire trouble is no trouble at all. Now through May 5th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or selected Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Plus, get an extra $50 in rebates when using your Big O Tires and Service credit card. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places.
Live stream the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports 1140.
Yeah, I know Carmichael Dave and some other people from the station today were playing in some kind of golf tournament. I don't know, Alan. I am not sorry I missed playing in the slop today. You know, winter rules and all that.
I like winter rules because I take full advantage of them.
Oh, I'll bet you do. You
know.
also probably enjoy the slow greens,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I could just hammer it. Yeah, let's find out how they shot, though. That's what I want.
Oh, they're probably still out there.
Yeah. Well, we'll hear in the morning. We'll hear about it if it went well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't hear about it if it didn't.
Yeah, we got to get that Drive Guys tournament going.
Yeah, we just got to do stuff on our own now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know midday we could have some fun with them and joke back and forth, but we got to stick together here.
Yeah, I did think it was odd. I think I heard, like I said, Carmichael Dave do a Morgan Freeman today.
That would be ridiculous. He must have caught you doing it on the show.
Something. I know it's a Frank thing, and Frank did it at his show, but Dave wasn't at his show.
No, Dave was in New York.
We've been doing a lot because we went to Frank's show. We're just doing Frank doing Morgan Freeman.
Christopher Lott will know.
Because he was at the show. And
right.
He also, so.
Christopher Lott will confirm with us, is Dave biting our material of biting material?
Here we have another mock draft. Yay, yay, yay. This one's a little different.
Okay.
This is from Kevin O'Connor, who is a shoo-in for Hater of the Year.
You ain't lying. He is.
Every year. Every year.
He's one
I'm a shoo-in for Hater of the Year.
I can already guess why he has the Kings taking Cam Boozer.
This is a little silly, but I think it spits us out in an interesting place. He's talking about what would happen if all 3 teams with the 14% flat odds fall out of the top 4. So it gets a little silly here, but here's what he's got. One, he's got, what if the Bulls end up with the first pick? And he has them taking A.J. DeBonsa. Big announcement for DeBonsa tomorrow. I have no idea what it's going to be.
It's either going to be...
Is he going to be maybe...
Did he already declare?
I don't think he has technically. Remember, because he said, I got to talk to my mom.
He's either declaring or it's a money grab. It's a cash grab.
Probably both. Combo platter. Number 2, Atlanta Hawks. He's got Caleb Wilson going to the Hawks. Then he has the Kings with the 3rd pick. Cam Boozer, Sacramento. The Kings, writes Kevin O'Connor, need a leader. Boozer fits the bill. He's a do-it-all offensive talent who can post up, run pick and roll, set screen, spot up, and crash the boards. He doesn't need to rely on bully ball to make an impact as a scorer or passer. That said, the acquisition would almost certainly signal the end of the Domantas Sabonis era, given their overlapping strengths and weaknesses defensively. Some of the questions about Boozer popped up in Duke's Elite 8 loss to UConn. Wasn't big enough to defend Terrace Reed. Got smoked by Alex Caravan on a key three-pointer on the perimeter. But he plays hard, has improved at every weakness in his game so far. That approach is exactly the type of player Sacramento needs to bring into its organization.
That makes a lot more sense now that you say that is Kevin O'Connor, because exactly what he said is what I would expect. Kings don't have a leader. They need kind of an adult in the room. Mm-hmm. And let us not forget.
They need just competence.
Yes. Yeah. It's a low bar out there in Sacramento. And it's specifically perfect for Kevin O'Connor because in about 3 to 5 years, he can run back the same tired, play that he ran with Sabonis and say, if Cam Boozer's the best player on your team's not good enough. And everyone's going to say, but you said the Kings should draft him. This is a perfect example of what Kevin O'Connor does.
The acquisition would almost certainly signal the end of the Domantas Sabonis era. Well, I think the Kings are doing everything they can to bring an end to that era as it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that's dependent on whom they draft.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem. With that being said, I don't have a problem taking Cam Boozer. At this point, now that we've seen how deep this basement could go to the 7th or 8th pick, now I'm looking at this completely different. I'm not
the 3rd pick. You're okay with taking him 3rd?
I'm just asking. I'd just be happy with the 3rd pick.
Yeah,
and hopefully they get it right. But now that we're seeing how ugly this could get based on some of these percentages, if you get a top 5 talent in this draft, I think I'm okay with it. Beggars can't be choosers at this point, and I think that's where I'm at.
I see the upside with Cam Boozer. My sense is that if the Kings end up with one of the top 3 picks and they take Cam Boozer, this might even extend to the 4th pick. I think a lot of fans will be very disappointed.
I think so, but it depends who's available, right? If your wings are gone, if Caleb's gone, if obviously DeBance is gone, and you're looking at it, so really the conversation becomes, okay, do you want Cam Boozer or Darren? Because Kings fans, you already said, Whitey, they don't seem to be that big on Darren Peterson, right? So if you're at 3, are you taking Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, or Darius Acuff? Darius Acuff is slotted. Some people think he's going 7. So are you taking one of those? We haven't even heard about Keaton Wagler into the top 3.
Well, our buddy Charlie, who does the Locked On Warriors, says, you want Keaton Wagler.
That's a name, but again.
Yeah, but that's Charlie. He does a Warrior thing. You can't trust that.
You definitely can't. But I haven't heard anybody talk about Keaton Wagler at 3.
No, I haven't either.
No one.
How about this? I know you saw this because I saw it. I sent it to you. Let's see. This is according to Mark J. Spears. We all know Mark J. Spears. Real quick on Acuff. I had one GM tell me today Acuff has moved into the top 3. Peterson might be going back down a bit. He saw AJ as number 1, Wilson 2. That's a quote from Mark J. Spears, an anonymous GM. Everyone knows that he knows Scott Perry. So anytime he talks about an anonymous GM, I can't help but wonder whether he's talking about Scott Perry.
Yeah. Well, I know, but I think what it was Cam Salerno, if I'm not mistaken, was bringing that back up because of what Dave said. Because Spears had said that.
Said that like 2 months ago.
Yeah, he said that a while ago.
Right, that sounds like we're playing the same playbook.
And then Dave came out and said.
You're right.
Yeah, then Dave came out and said, something to the effect of, there are a lot of front office folk that love Caleb Wilson.
What Dave said was, that's when he realized a lot of people wanted Caleb Wilson.
That's when he played our show and then said, okay, now I got something to say on mine.
Yes, you guys are right. That's a leftover. He didn't say it, but that's a leftover.
So everybody's saying, well, if Dave is saying that, clearly he's maybe alluding to the Kings. But again, when we talk to any of these draft people, when you watch the NBA right now, the ball-dominant wings, it was always going to be a thing. So, yeah, the 2 most hyper-athletic ball-dominant wings, as we watch Cooper Flagg do his thing, of course those guys are going to go 1-2. Or, of course, people are going to look at them at 1-2. After that, you got...
Is Caleb Wilson a ball-dominant wing? He's more of a big to me.
You're probably on to something. He's not as...
What do you mean I'm right or I'm wrong?
Well, he's more Cooper. He's more Cam Boozer than Cooper Flagg.
Yes. That's my point.
But he's still got that hyper athleticism. So I guess you're right, but you're still gonna pick somebody. He's still in the book, Whitey. Different chapter, but he's still in the same book and a 6'3" point guard. And here's another thing, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. Could you see, this might be a reach, just like you earlier with the Fernando Mendoza stuff. Could you see Darius Acuff's draft status changing based on how Jalen Brunson does? Is that a complete reach?
I could see what people write and say about it changing some. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine scouts are going to go, oh, my goodness. He's small like Brunson. The scouts, the people that make the decisions, have already baked all that in to their evaluations.
It was interesting because everybody, hey, you can't have a 6'2" guy, the best on your team. And Darius Acuff is thinking, no. Well, first of all, I'm 6'3", so let's get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, though. All those guys, I know Kingston is 6'4", but... yeah.
That's the type of thing, seriously. Mm-hmm. If the Knicks struggle again in this series, if he is taken advantage of by C.J. McCollum, and you put something on X, you're going to go viral again.
Who?
About
what?
About Acuff and Brunson. This is why I wouldn't take Acuff. Look what happened to Brunson.
Yeah.
It would go viral.
Yeah.
It would. But I can't imagine any scouts going, oh, yeah, Styles is right about that.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
But, Jay, see, look, now Whitey's my social media manager. This is perfect.
By the way, you said, oh, that was a stretch earlier. The Fernando thing was not a stretch. The whole thing with the draft picks and the body parts, I thought that's where you're going. I was going to have to say, yeah, that was a bit of a stretch. But Fernando can't throw a baseball, and that's concerning. That is not a stretch.
That is a stretch. Don't worry. I'm going to pull up all these. Here's
the pitch.
No, he threw it. He actually had a little whip. He just left it.
He actually did not.
He just left it up.
Did you see a whip on that throw, Jay?
No.
He just left it up. He just left it up is all. Mm-hmm. He's got to finish it. I'll talk to him.
Draper when you need him.
I'll talk to him when he gets out to Vegas.
I don't see the Kings picking Cam Boozer. I could be totally wrong. Unless he drops and they end up 7th and he's still there at 7 or something unlikely like that.
Yeah, I think what's been interesting about Cam Boozer is this growing conversation about his defense. Because that, to me, is where this thing gets really interesting. Because if you're not hyper athletic, you're kind of starting to sound like a tweener, and you're not not high motor is not the right term, but you're not even locked down defensively. That worries me more than any other conversation because the athleticism, there's a difference, right? When we look at Acuff and his defensive struggles, some of that is, he's not the biggest guy in the world. Some of that is effort. We know
a lot of that you can tell is like he just doesn't care.
Right.
Which should be fixable.
Which is funny because you look at Cam Boozer, and I don't think anybody would have that conversation. But then it turns into, well, yeah, it's not a matter of him not trying. It's a matter of his lateral quickness is not the same as some guys. I think it's something to consider. If you're going to get somebody that doesn't have the highest ceiling and he's not great defensively, that's a little dicey.
To me, this is a bit of a reach. It's unfair because Kevin O'Connor, a shoo-in for Hater of the Year, says defensively, some of the questions about Boozer popped up in Duke's loss to UConn. He wasn't big enough to defend Terrace Reed, and he got smoked on a key three-pointer on the perimeter.
Yeah, one shot.
That happens. That's basketball.
Right.
A big out on the perimeter is vulnerable to good three-point shooting.
But I think that's the thing. You said big. He's not a big.
He's 6'9". He's a power player. I mean, he's not a ball-dominant wing. Cam Boozer's going to be a 4, again, maybe a little 5.
Yeah, when he's 4, who's he guarding? Can he do it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to.
When we come back, 10 seasons at the G1C. We're going to look at who are the top 10 Kings in G1C Kings history next on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code BUS for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUS for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's BUS.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, I want to know all about the Declaration of Deals sales event.
There's nothing more American than a Jeep. And with the Declaration of Deals, now is the time to get your hands on a new Jeep Wrangler Willys when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP. This is the most capable and versatile 4x4 Jeep on the road, and it could be yours.
Okay, what else do you have?
Whatever you want. With our Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, you can find whatever you're looking for. We have over 180 vehicles available and almost 40 under $20,000. Plus, don't discount the award-winning customer service you get with our 5th-generation family dealership.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys after $5,000 factory rebate and $4,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,500 select inventory bonus cash on select inventory. Due with this net savings, sample VIN 173077. See dealer for details.
Business moves fast, and so do we. At Bank of Marin, we team up with businesses in the greater Sacramento area to help you drive the lane and score big. With dedicated relationship bankers and local decision making, we help you move quickly, whether you're upgrading equipment, buying your next building, streamlining cash flow, or fueling growth. From expansion to investment, we're ready to help you win. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
I made the catch, but they were metal, and my buddies told me, hey, you could have got, like, sliced open.
Yeah.
You know, but made it out, and to this day, my buddies will just send me this picture. Hey, Al, remember?
Are you, I couldn't really see it that well. You showed me quickly. Are you hitting it with your face? Or?
It missed my face. I moved the face.
Oh, okay.
I had already caught it.
Uh-huh.
You know, my momentum, when the train gets rolling, you got to get off the tracks.
The pitcher give you a fist bump. Looks like that ball was tagged pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Must have been a no double, so I was already out there. But that's what I meant to show you, because I didn't rob a home run, but that was, probably the closest I got.
Mm-hmm. Some interesting comments, as always, in the YouTube chat. Raider Ted. Mendoza baseball pitch was awkward enough looking that I immediately recoiled and winced. His dad deserves to take some heat for that. Has to be able to do both decently. As a man, baseball and football, says Raider Ted. He winced. He recoiled. This is Raider Ted.
Raider Ted, it's okay.
There is no more loyal Raider fan than Raider Ted. He knows what he saw, and he knows it wasn't good.
I mean, I think the thing, again, what are we doing? We don't want to draft him now? We're not as high on him now? Come on, Raider Ted. I think Raider fans are just a little scared of how comfortable everything feels. We're in a great position. We got Tom. We got the whole crew.
Jimmy J, Cam Boozer would be the absolute worst pick. The last thing the Kings need is some slow-footed tweener forward center that can't defend. Yeah, people are not excited about Cam Boozer. Jimmy J says, I'd rather have Yaxel than Boozer.
If you are going to take a tweener.
Scotty Poppy's basically a different version of Domas.
Yeah, if you're going to take a tweener, he's got to be extraordinary at something. Like, you could be a tweener but be super athletic. You could be a tweener but you shoot the bleep out of the ball.
I don't think Cam Boozer is a tweener, and I mean no disrespect to, was it Jimmy J? Cam Boozer is a 6'9" power forward. And he can play some center. He's a little on the small side for a center. And you'd rather, a 6'9" power forward, that's a thing. That's not, there's nothing tweenery about that.
No, that's right. But it's also about what he can do offensively versus what he can do defensively. Is he guarding Evan Mobley? Is he guarding Aaron Gordon?
He's guarding Aaron Gordon, maybe not successfully, but that's because Aaron Gordon's phenomenal.
But think about the
He's
fours.
He's probably not guarding Evan Mobley, unless they're going two bigs.
Think about the fours in the league. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying don't draft him, but you definitely are.
Is he better than Precious Achua?
Woo! I don't know.
He's gonna be. He's certainly gonna be.
Yeah, but Precious more athletic than him, right? Don't we think?
I don't know. Nothing against Precious, but I think we put these labels on players that are going to be drafted, and sometimes we act like Cam Boozer's the Tin Man or something.
Yeah. I mean,
he's an outstanding college basketball player.
You know what it is, though?
I wouldn't pick him for the Kings, but let's not act like he's going to be a bust or anything.
You know why I think people are maybe tweener's not the right. I think
You're not the only one who said that. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people are just really excited to see guys that can do it all, right? Where you see Cade is a 6'6" point guard. Shea is a 6'6" point guard. You got LeBron. LeBron didn't start it, but he's a 6'9" guy but can handle the basketball. He's an athletic freak. You got Cooper Flagg, who's kind of similar to that. So I do think we're probably most players have holes in their games, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that
even Alan Stiles, eventually they moved him to left field.
They moved me to left.
Yeah.
But I do think what you're saying is probably, and saying fans wouldn't be happy, it's because Cam Boozer is one of those guys that you don't see that blank canvas where he can do so much.
Right.
He is who he is.
Yeah. Everyone sees him as a guy with limited upside, and maybe that's accurate. But that's why, in my opinion, fans are not excited about that.
But you wouldn't take him at 3 either.
I don't think I would, and I don't think they will.
So you think you would, let's say Caleb.
But I don't think he's a bum or anything.
Caleb and AJ are gone.
Mm-hmm.
You would say, bleep it, Darren Peterson?
And DeBonce. Oh, that yeah.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Yeah, I probably would.
It's so funny because I feel
as long as everything checked out, with my interviews and everything.
Because now I feel like you're swinging for the fences. And initially, we had conversations.
I've always been in on.
I know you
Peterson.
have. I know you have. But we've had conversations. It's almost like when we've had these conversations lower in the draft, your feeling has been, you know what? Well, let's leave with something, right? If we end up with 7, I'm not going to take Nate Ament and still try to swing for the fence down 0-2. We didn't get a top pick. Let's just go get our Darius Acuff. Let's just go get our Keaton Wagler and
let's
get
just hit a line drive up the middle. Keep the
okay.
line moving.
So you feel like that. I feel like just because you're down doesn't mean you're out. And if you drop to 7, hey, 7-11, 7th heaven. We going with Nate Ament. We might as well still try to swing, Whitey.
Well,
this is the draft.
I don't think so.
This is the draft to try to swing.
I don't think so. Not the riskier you get as you move further down the draft. If you do fall that far, the greater chance you fail. You can't fail. You can't come up with a guy like, well, we thought he's going to be something, and turned out he's not. You just can't do that because, again, to stick with a tired baseball analogy, it's not like the score's tied here. It's like, well, swing for the fences. You're down like 4 runs.
Yeah.
You got to get somebody on base. You got to get some people on your roster.
No,
that
I really respect it. I really do respect it. Maybe I will be more in your camp once we know what these rules are.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
If it's softer rules, then I might jump to your side where it's, hey, we'll be back. We'll get Stokes. We'll get Slim Jesus, and we'll be okay. If it's stronger than that, and you might not be in the top 3, whatever it is, then, and you would, because you would have been at 7, you would be allowed to be in the top 3, then let's have that conversation. Whitey, people wilding out here. After AJ and Wilson, I'd trade down if at 3. Now you guys are doing too much.
What?
From the 916. Now we're doing too much, people. Now, I guess.
Why is that?
I think somebody is saying, I'd rather trade down than take Cam Boozer at 3. That's a good conversation. If my choices are take Cam Boozer at 3 or trade down and get 14 and 16, I'd probably trade down. Or if it was 7 and 23, I'd probably trade down. If it was specifically Cam Boozer. No disrespect whatsoever.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade out of the 3 spot.
I just also wouldn't take Cam with the 3 spot.
And by the way, don't forget, next year's draft already looks better than it did because Thomas Haw and Braylon Mullins are in it.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm not saying that transforms it into a home run, but it already looks better than it did.
Do we get our point guard next season?
Could happen. Could happen. Wow. Jay, if you could help us with something, I'd appreciate it. As you well know, last summer we celebrated 40 years of Sacramento Kings basketball, and with the help of some experts, you assembled an expert panel. We came up with the 40 best Sacramento Kings in Sacramento era history. 10 years now, the Golden One Center. So it's not as big of a milestone. I know the Kings did a great job celebrating it by honoring Gary Gerald with the media area where people eat, named after Gary Gerald. Who comes to mind if I were to ask you to name the 10 greatest Kings who have ever played for the Kings in the Golden One Center? You don't have to name all 10, but just who comes to mind? Who are some candidates?
De'Aaron is 1.
Yeah.
DeMarcus is 2.
Yeah. That was DeMarcus is
first year, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
Domas. Yeah, we said same time, right?
Yeah, the 3 Ds.
I think Malik has got to be there. Ooh. He's got to run.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you a guy that I'm thinking about.
Rondo.
How about Keegan? Just by virtue, that alone. Keegan. The candidate, right?
Let me think.
I'm
about
the
nominee.
Jay. I'm gonna leave that one to Jay.
Yeah, I was thinking some other things.
Well, we can put him on the list of nominees, can't we?
He's on your list. Throw him on there.
You can nominate.
Yeah. Look. Here.
Yeah.
I just don't want to waste anybody's time. If he can't get through this process, he ain't gonna get it.
Doesn't matter about us. Yeah.
Put him up there.
Who do you think?
DeMar's got to be close. DeMar's there.
DeMar, interesting. Yeah. Even though DeMar's played, it's only been 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Here's a funny one. Harrison?
Sure.
Right? Nominate if you're nominating people.
Absolutely. Because he was here even before Beam Team.
That's what I'm saying.
He really should definitely be on there. Even though he's for some reason, he's one of those guys about whom people go,
Yeah.
He'll score 18 points one night and then 6 the next.
There's been some
truth to that.
There have been some. The best that never was team gets Sasha.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you have someone in mind you'd like to nominate for the Kings 10 years in Golden One top 10, Tyrese, of course, getting a mention.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield?
Buddy, I was going to say Buddy. Buddy was my next one.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese was here for a year. not sustainable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not significant enough.
Well, we have to clear this up.
It was actually, was it more than a year? Was it 1+? I wasn't here, Jared. Did he not even make it through that first year?
He made it through the first year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It also comes down to, this is about what they did in the Golden One Center.
Right. That's
it's not about who they are as players.
Or what they did, with the Kings during that time.
Yeah, 20.
No, it's not. I just want to make sure we're not specifically talking about what they did inside the Golden One Center itself.
Yeah, he was traded.
Wait, so what are we talking about?
Well, guys who've
played within those seasons.
Yeah,
yes.
with the Kings during those seasons. Yeah, and he played 58 games one year and then 51 before he got
right. Year and a half.
51 and then 58 before he got traded. Yeah. I'm putting him down.
Okay.
Candidate.
I mean, it's this bar. It's just like the top 40.
By the way, right now we have 10. 9,
all right.
I guess. 9. Would you like to hear the first 9 nominees? We have your guy De'Aaron Fox, DeMarcus Cousins, Dilmas, Malik, Rondo sneaking in there, DeMar DeRozan, Harrison Barnes, Tyrese Halliburton, and Buddy Hield.
Somebody going to put Westbrook in there?
I'm not. Alan, are you or not? Are you putting it in there or not?
Right.
But somebody's
stand
going
on
to.
it.
I'm not.
Alan.
Look.
Alan.
It's not for me to say.
Is Willie in there? Cauley Stein?
Not if I'm making the
Okay.
list.
I'm just asking. Just throwing it out there.
Uh-huh.
If Willie in there, where Davion at?
I mean, it's not because these guys are – it's just, as you said, what did they do
Yeah.
for the season and all that?
And I got to be honest, when we started this for like the 40 top Kings, it took off. This is not really taking off. I'm just based on the response. And I think people are looking back and saying, those 10 years so far haven't been great. We're not really filled with that sense of nostalgia about, the old days, the early days of the Golden One.
I'm about to pull it up now because now I have to go through because I'm like, I remember, you got guys who had good years. Like Rashawn Holmes at one point in time had everybody in his palms.
Even Hollinger wrote that he was the best backup center in the NBA.
You know what I'm saying? Like Rashawn was super hot for a very quick time. And then after that, it was like, oh, poof, big on.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got some good moments.
Yeah. All right. We'll park it for now. We're open to nominations, but it's possible this whole thing will be canceled due to lack of interest.
Yeah, I mean,
the 10 years at the Golden One Center have not gone as planned.
For
the most part.
All of them are going to come from
the Beam Team.
Is
Kevin Huerter on there?
No. I mean, I wouldn't put him on.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
given what that team accomplished and comparing it to what the other teams did, you might have to put a lot of guys from that team on there.
I mean, how many nominees we need? That's the first question.
If we have 10 spots, we need more than 10 nominees.
So give it to me. Give them to me.
Yeah, we have De'Aaron Fox, DeMarcus Cousins, Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, Rajon Rondo, DeMar DeRozan, Harrison Barnes, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Rashawn Holmes. Ben McLemore, Alex Len. I don't know.
Who said that?
That was 11th North.
Nah, man.
Yeah, it's possible that
Trey Lyles in there?
Ooh.
I thought about Trey, but people did like Trey.
The other one, I'm looking at the roster, 26-27. So that's the first year, right?
Well,
that'd have been 2017-18 would have been first because we're
I think it was
celebrating
16-17, and I think they played. Now they have played 10 seasons.
Okay,
yeah,
so that'd be 16-17.
Yeah,
so that'd be Rudy Gay still in there.
Yeah, I saw Rudy
was there first year, right? G1C, right? Yeah, because that was my first year back, so I'm trying to remember.
You got Trevor Ariza.
It's funny how when we did the 40 greatest, you pick a name and they bring back. Oh yeah, that was great. And a lot of these names bring back painful memories.
Man,
if we're being honest, don't they?
Kent Bazemore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I'm not going to engage with this.
But I appreciate the effort. Alan, what do we know? What do we think we know? And what do we not know yet about the NBA playoffs? I think one thing we learned last night, Scoot can shoot. Can he not?
Man.
I got a text from Chris Watkins. Scoot can shoot. Because I used to tell him, Scoot can't shoot.
Scoot Henderson.
Yeah. I answered, Scoot can shoot, but what about De'Aaron?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
See, now that's you starting it, not me.
Yeah. Well, that's honestly what I text him. VJ Edgecombe is a guy.
He is.
The dude, him, whatever you want to say. Youngest with 30 points and 10 rebounds in NBA playoff history. You got 2006 LeBron, first round versus the Wizards. He was 21 years, 113 days. You got Magic Johnson, finals game 6 at Philly. He was 20 years old, 276 days old. And you got VJ Edgecombe last night. That's it. Those are the youngest with 30 points and 10 rebounds in NBA playoff history. VJ, 20 years, 265 days old.
You know, it's interesting, too, just what VJ is able to do. He's listed at 6'4". And that's what we're talking about, Whitey. 5.6 rebounds per game, at least for his rookie season. That's what we're talking about when, everyone's talking about Cooper Flagg and Concaneppel. That's what we're talking about when you're discussing getting value somewhere. And I know he's a third pick, and we'll see what happens. But I think the Sixers are another team. I know they won last night. But the Sixers are another team where, yeah, they got some misses with Markelle Fultz. But for the most part, they've done a lot of things right with nothing to show for it. One bounce of the ball with Kawhi, and you have nothing to show for it at all. Because here they are. They hit on Tyrese Maxey. They seem to have hit on VJ Edgecombe. I know they made that trade for Paul George, which seems to have been a miss and a expensive one. But they've done a lot of things right. And VJ has been outstanding, 35% from 3. And it's so funny, Whitey, to watch a guy do that. He doesn't look 6'4" because he's jacked.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking now, I'm going back to the 2026 draft coming up thinking, is there a VJ Edgecombe in there? He went third this draft. So we've already established that Cooper probably would have went first in this past draft, right? Now we got we got Concaneppel doing his thing. Now we got VJ Edgecombe. Who are we confident? I mean, outside of AJ DeBanza, who are we confident is going to be as good as this previous draft class?
Some of that is natural to happen, so I'm sure you've noticed that. And I think it happens in other sports drafts too, where everybody's really high on everybody, and then it seems like the consensus is, well, maybe they're not as good as we thought. Then it comes back up, oh, there's 10 franchise caliber players here. And I think right now, some of it may be because there's a little bit of disinformation being thrown out there by teams trying to throw other teams off the scent of who they're taking. Right now, it seems like we are kind of looking down on this year's draft.
Yeah.
It's maybe not as great as we thought it might be.
And maybe we're just all protecting ourselves.
Yeah.
Just protecting ourselves a little bit. Because
also, we haven't seen any of them play in a while.
No. I think I saw a clip. I don't even know if it's recent or not. Caleb Wilson playing against some UNC baseball players. I don't know how recent that is because I don't know why UNC baseball players would be playing right now during the season. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Bogdan Bogdanovic getting a mention here.
Man, I'm literally going up and down some of these rosters. So Rondo was the year before, so he's not on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean we're
Chavez.
thin.
Chavez says Fox, Domas, DeMarcus, DeMar, Tyrese, Malik, Harrison, Boogie, and then he also has Max and DeBonsa.
The future?
Yeah.
We're thin, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what do we have one more time? Because the first year Golden One Center was 16-17.
Yes. Yeah.
So my first year was 17-18.
Yeah.
So what do you have?
De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, DeMarcus Cousins.
Those are 3 of locks. Just let's highlight those 3.
Mm-hmm. Malik Monk.
I think he's 4.
And Rondo's off, you said,
yes,
right?
Yes, he's gone.
DeMar DeRozan.
I think he's 5.
Harrison Barnes.
I think he's 6.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Man, depends on who you ask.
Buddy Hield.
I think he's on there.
Trey Lyles. And Rashawn Holmes.
Who else could there be?
Someone's saying Isaiah Thomas, but I don't know.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that timing.
Very close, but not quite.
He played G1C. Mm-hmm. Keegan's got to be on there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mentioned that earlier in the committee
Nah, I
Did
think
not
he's
look at
on
my
there.
suggestion kindly.
I saw somebody say Terrence Davis. I mean, he's been back and forth. He's been on the squad for quite a bit.
I know Alan wants to say Isaac Jones.
Hot Honey Jones, baby. No, people
Tyreek
say
Evans, Kmart, all those guys didn't play, man.
Right.
Francisco Garcia, those are way before G1C.
Right. Just not quite.
Trey Lyles is probably on that list. He's got to be on the nomination list.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely on the
Is
nomination.
Davion on that nomination list?
I put him.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a big fan of his, but I mean, I guess you could put him on the list of nominees.
Kevin Huerter?
Yes.
Huerter before Davion?
Well, there's no order to but yeah.
Is Keon on there?
Kevin Huerter. Yes.
Keon's on the list?
Yeah, he has to be.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Oh, Keon. I mean, what he did in that play-in game. Are you kidding me? That alone. I mean, think about it. Think about the memories. If we combined the playoff series into one memory instead of by game, that play-in game is number 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there are people that will say, no, there was regular season wins like the one over the Jazz and the one over the Clippers, although that wasn't here, that they might rank higher. But in terms of significance, where they actually accomplished anything by winning, it has to be right up there.
It has to be.
Yes. And I remember thinking, well, that's it. They finally polished off the Warriors.
And then they polished their own situation.
They polished their own situation.
Was Willie on that list? Did we put Carly on there? Is he on the nomination
I
list?
did not write him down, Jay. I think you mentioned him. And
get him down,
maybe
man.
I'm
pen
ran out of ink.
I'm literally looking, and I'm just looking at, like you said, Bogey, Tyreek Evans, who played the 1 year. Remember, he came back that year, 16-17. That was like the comeback. Kmart wasn't there. Francisco Garcia wasn't there. Golden One Center, Keegan Murray, One Shining Moment, Jeff.
What was
Trey
Willie
Lyles.
Cauley-Stein? Was he the fifth pick?
Fifth pick.
Ooh.
But he's got, so I believe that was his second year in the league because he played 1 year at Arco. So the second year, yeah. So he put in, 5 years here or something like that? 4 something.
Boy, has to be close to 4.
So he's got to be.
He's gotta be
on the list, man. Longevity here, baby.
Yeah, if my darn pen wasn't out of ink.
You're a hater.
I put it down.
You're a hater. Okay, real fast.
On the list of nominees, sure.
I'm just going to give you the first year at the G1C.
Okay.
Aaron Aflalo, UCLA famous. Matt Barnes. Omri Caspi. Willie Cauley-Stein. Derek Collison. DMC. Tyreek Evans. Remember, that was his return. He played like 18 games or whatever. Jordan Farmar. Langston Galloway, who's a great guy, by the way. Dope shoes. Rudy Gay. Buddy Hield. Costa Koufis. Scal Labissiere, who had like 3 or 4 different runs at the G1C. Ty Lawson. Ben McLemore. Papa Giannis. Malachi Richardson. Garrett Temple, great guy. Anthony Tolliver, friend of the show.
Yeah.
That's 26-20. That's the first year at the G1C. They finished 12th in the NBA in the Western Conference.
That's when I think Scal Labissiere and Malachi Richardson were rookies. And
yes.
the team was struggling. I used to go
And
on
Papa Giannis.
social media and say, Mal and Scal, let's see him play.
Do any of those guys
fell
hit
on deaf ears?
Beside DMC? Buddy Hield. I think Buddy Hield.
Buddy, and you mentioned Rudy. Rudy would have to be at least a nominee. How about this, Alan? Do we know this? KD ain't KD anymore. Do we know that about these NBA playoffs?
Seems like it.
Not too harsh. His teams have lost. I heard this. I think it was on Carmichael Davis' show. Kevin Durant's teams have lost 7 straight playoff games.
Yeah. He hasn't won it. What was it? Was it 2023 or something insane like that?
And he had 9 turnovers last night. And it's Kevin Durant, and he just does not have the impact on games that we think of Kevin Durant having, that Houston hoped he would have at this stage.
I'll counter, though. And we can continue to talk about this because I do think that he is not on a team that is helping what is also going on with him. He's maybe on one of the worst playoff teams, playoff roster constructions for his current situation.
You think all those texts he sent had anything to do with that?
No. I don't think so.
It might have. If there's anybody on that team that thinks those were real, it might have.
It's not helping. They still need to make their own shots.
Mm-hmm. More on that when we come back. Also, we think we know who the 49ers may take with their first pick. Why him? That's where it gets interesting next on Sactown Sports.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning. One heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Hope you're happy, Alan. The Mariners walked off the A's today 5-4. The A's had tied it in the ninth. They were down 4-3. Nick Kurtz homered in the ninth to tie it at 4. Then in the bottom of the ninth, the Mariners went single, double play, single, walk-off single by Josh Naylor. Mariners avoid the sweep, beat the A's 5-4.
They showed fight, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they showed fight. What else? What else are you going to do in these situations?
Yeah, win the game. I don't know. I mean,
what, defending AL West champ and the Mariners?
Mm-hmm.
You got to show fight. And the A's, I don't know, Whitey. I think they're right now ahead of schedule, right? For where people thought they'd be.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
so I'm
I know.
not going.
But, you know, it's baseball.
Yeah.
Bart Giamatti, I don't know if you know who that was. He was the commissioner of baseball. Mm-hmm. He said, baseball is a game designed to break your heart. And if you're a real fan, you're like, yep. Yeah.
That'll happen.
Because you remember games like that more than the wins sometimes.
Even
That's
if
part of just being a fan.
Yeah, the solid wins, if they're not walk-offs or anything like that.
Yeah, you're right. Big picture, the A's are 13-12. They're off to a nice start. But, tough one today.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Those are the ones you're going to look back on. But it's not as if they... Yeah, I guess they did have a lead, but again, just like Fernando Mendoza's throw, Not egregious. Could have been better.
Why do you keep going back to that?
Because
That should be the last thing you want to talk about.
Because I just want it to be clear to you. I just want you to understand that it is not a.
It wasn't great, Alan, and you admit that it was bad.
I'll admit that.
I'll
admit that.
That's terrible.
I'll admit that.
We've been talking a lot about prospects and scouts in basketball. I understand someone was been scouting out your game.
Yeah, so I told you how there's an older gentleman that at any time I'm kind of shooting hoops, right, just shooting around, he'll make an excuse to. He's just I saw him talking to. It was a lady and her, baby, and he's let me see the baby. He just very much, older guy.
So you gone twos. You and the guy against the lady and her baby.
Had
Let's
a
go
dog
twos.
too. Just get everybody.
Are you the only one that ever shoots out there?
At that time, because I'm going out before our show, so all the kids are in school, right? And if you got a 9 to 5, a normal 9 to 5, you're at work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a nice time frame for me. But I honestly think he likes to just talk to people because he just always happens to pop out about 10 minutes after I get out there, and I just find it interesting. He's like 4 houses down from where the park is, but it's every single time. So last time he had said, you're going to be real good one day, and I think I told you that, and I'm thinking, thanks, right? And I left it at that. Whitey, I'm shooting around today. I almost sent you and Jay a video because I was feeling it today. I see him 4 houses down, pop out. Okay. And guys, I feel bad because, I got on a cross-training workout, so you're trying to keep your heart rate up. You're trying to keep your heart rate up. And I knew he was going to say something, and I'm not, trying to be rude, whatever it is. He's, he's a neighborly person. And I knew he was going to say something. And a lot of times I'll kind of half take my headphones out, and he says something, oh, thanks, and he keeps walking. This time he stopped. And he stops, and I'm, okay, I got to pause my workout. And I'm, excuse me, what did you say? And I honestly thought that, and that's why I feel safer saying what I'm saying here. I honestly thought he might have said, hey, have I seen you before? Or anything? I'm not doing the radio thing, but that's what I honestly thought he was going to say. Have I heard you before? Something like that. So he goes, hey, I meant to ask you. And he's walking over to the court. So now, my heart rate is completely tanked.
Yeah.
I had to pause the workout. I walk over to him, and he goes, I meant to ask you. And I think it's one of those situations where, I'm growing my beard out a little bit. So, I got some grays, but he can't really see from when he's walking on the sidewalk. So he probably thought a little differently. I don't know how his eyesight is. As he gets closer to me, he probably thought, oh, I got this kid all wrong. As he gets closer to me, it's too late now. He's already thought to ask this question. I meant to ask you, are you on a varsity team or something like that? No. Those days are long gone. Oh, well, you look good. Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, I saw another kid out here. He was playing, and I thought it must have been you because, you look young. You look good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So he asked me if I was on a varsity basketball team.
Kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
And I'm telling you, once he probably got closer to me, he probably thought, oh, okay, this dude is not in high school. But from that distance, I could see, which also he's, older. But in theory, it'd be like, well, wouldn't I be in school? Like, it's 12 o'clock. Am I playing hooky every day? But he thought I was in high school, Whitey.
Yeah.
Far away. We got to check his eyesight.
It's great to talk to neighbors. Sometimes it can be odd. I was mowing my lawn one day, and this neighbor was walking to his house, and he stops like across the street from where I am. So he's right across the street, and he's looking over at me in my house, kind of with his arms folded, and he's got a big smile on his face. And I'm like, okay, if he has anything to say, I'm not going to ask him. And he never said anything, and then he just eventually left, but he never said a word to me. But he clearly was like, hey, because he stopped and he's looking at me mowing the lawn.
Maybe he liked how you were mowing.
I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah. And it was almost like, well, you're inviting me to say something. I don't want to say anything.
Right.
If you got something, I'll listen.
Is it rude of me? I mean, this guy's older. Is it rude of me to, now I feel guilty, because he's just being a nice guy.
But you weren't rude to him, were you?
No, I was very nice to him, but I was rude to him in my mind.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Because
you're allowed in your mind.
Because at least, no, I'm not in high school. No, I'm not, but thank you.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, I hear you on that. But speaking of, real quick, because somebody's talking about the fishing. We're not talking about the fishing today. I think that's Steven. But I'll tell you what, everybody got to make money, and everybody has a job to do, fellas. But some of these people that knock on your doors, because, I got the app, right, the alarm app, and my wife was telling me these people cannot take a hint. And I don't know, sometimes they want the solar or, hey, you want to switch to AT&T.
Yeah.
They knock for a while. Go away. And sometimes, and she said, I was on my phone yesterday because it's like 4:45, nasty day. And she said, I'm yelling to them through the door. She's just there with the kids. Hey, I'm all good, thank you. And I can see them on the camera just saying, what's going on? Knock on the door. If nobody answers, we're not interested.
Right. Get the message.
Are you seeing that?
No.
Jay, these people, these solicitors,
to me, it's a test of wills. Like, I can sit here in my house waiting for you to go away longer than you can stand there knocking on the door.
Well, and she texted me.
If we're playing a game, you're going to lose.
And she texted me and she said, they're not leaving. So during a break yesterday, I saw them on my app. Then they went away because I can press something and you were going to hear me in the studio. Hey, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Please leave. Enough.
I had a guy come up one time and he was trying to get me to hire him to do something with the lawn. It was summer, and in summer at Sacramento, and we have some spots that don't look great. And he came up and, so I was talking to your neighbors. Like, no, you're not. But I was talking to your neighbors and, I could do some stuff for get your lawn, looking better, like some of your neighbors' lawns.
Oh.
And I was like, you come up to me wearing that shirt?
Yeah.
And you're going to talk to me about how my lawn looks?
Wow.
So, he tried, he failed. He was trying to get me to go, oh my goodness, people are looking at my lawn. Oh no, please help me. But I wasn't.
Yeah. Look, the HOA don't send me a message. Get the bleep out of my face.
Right.
Just like Dalton Rushing. Bleep him.
Right.
Bleep him.
Right. Here's who the 49ers may take, Jay, at number 27. This is according to Matt Barrows. Number 27, Cassius Howell, edge, Texas A&M. What
Definitely don't want him. Better stop because they might take him.
Yeah, 49ers did a lot of pre-draft work on 250-pound edge rushers. This is what's interesting. Who can drop into coverage, a type of player they don't have on the current roster. That fits Howell to a T. 11 sacks in the SEC last year. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Howell could serve as an edge rusher in the team's turbo pass rush package, as well as a fifth defensive lineman, an alignment the team plans to use more heavily under new defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. So, you're probably sitting there like, I don't know who that is. Okay, yeah, but here's the thing. If the 49ers are looking for edge rushers who can drop into coverage, Allen, ooh, I like that. That's Raheem Morris.
This is turning into the running back thing, right? I mean, they're just going to keep drafting edge guys. It's turning into the tight end issue. Just going to keep drafting tight ends.
Well, it didn't work out that great last year, did it? You had like half a sack for the whole year.
Maybe you just, they got Odigizua. I mean, maybe you just go with proven commodities now.
Well, that's Kyle's thing is how do you have the impact? Quarterbacks and edge rushers.
I hear you.
The quarterback must go down.
That's his thing, but they haven't had anyone outside of Bosa.
Right. So they're going to try again. They're not going to go, hopefully the guys we got last year will play better.
I mean, how is it your thing if you don't have that?
Right? Huh?
Yeah, Mikal Williams got hurt.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. People say, oh, yeah, I like a bad boy, tattoos, right? But you never dated a bad boy with tattoos. That's not your type. You think that's your type.
All right. Yeah.
If you've only dated brunettes and you said, no, I like blondes, I don't think you do.
So you're saying an edge rusher is not actually their type?
It doesn't seem like it.
You got to get ones that actually rush from the edge.
They keep trying.
Yeah.
They keep trying and failing. Mm-hmm. It's not your type. Drafting them,
you just
not
have
your
to
type.
draft better.
Okay.
Edge rushers are phenomenal. Okay. How in the world did they win as many games last year when they basically had 3 cardboard boxes rushing the quarterback.
But we say that every season. Every season. They tried so many.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It just means they haven't done it very well.
Yeah. Yeah, they got homeboy from, who was it, Washington, Chase. Oh, and he was with both. Oh, yeah. Pair them together. It's a nightmare, baby.
Well, they had to get rid of him because in the playoffs he wasn't trying. And you could see in the film where he's like jogging after somebody in one of those playoff games against the Lions or whoever it was.
I think he had a decent season last season.
I think he was with the Saints last year.
Yeah, I think he played better.
But you're missing the point.
What's the point?
The point is Raheem Morris is going to have guys, edge rushers, like dropping into coverage.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be flying around.
That's nasty.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you work on getting an edge rusher? Don't worry about don't worry about guys doing multiple things. Why don't you get an edge rusher that can rush first?
I agree with that. That's a strong concept.
We can do all this stuff. Just do the thing you're supposed to do.
I don't care if he can drop into coverage. Can he rush the quarterback?
No, but hey, you can bat a ball down.
When we come back, this city may be the last bastion of old school football values. Bless them for that. We'll tell you what city next on Sactown Sports.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, tell me about the Declaration of Deals sales event.
There's nothing more American than a Jeep. And with the Declaration of Deals, now is the time to get your hands on the ultimate factory-certified off-road machine, the new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, when you save up to $7,500 off MSRP.
Ooh, those Jeeps are pretty cool, and that's the best savings yet.
But Hoblet is more than Jeeps. With the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, you can save big on over 180 vehicles and almost 40 under $20,000. Not to mention the award-winning customer service you get at this fifth-generation dealer.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$7,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon after $1,500 factory rebates and $6,000 dealer discount. Rebates may include $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. 3 this net savings. Sample VIN 205698. See dealer for details.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Thanks for all your participation. Those of you who did make suggestions for the top 10 Kings in the 10-year history of the Golden One Center.
Jay, our producer, says we're gonna put that on the back burner for now.
Yeah, on ice. We're gonna put that on ice right there. Icy hot.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, we have a decent number of nominees, but it just wasn't as uplifting as the top 40 was. So we'll retool, go back in the workshop with that. Thank you, Jay. I know you actually leaned into that quite a bit and tried to put something together for us.
Yeah, we were trying here, Stretch, and I just couldn't find the happiness, the enjoyment that's going to come on the back end. You know, like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we looked up and the rainbow was a little there, but the rain was coming in our eye, was busting in our eyes. So
5 more years, that top 15 of 15 years and go one center.
Maybe a dozen. Maybe we get a dozen.
Yeah, there you go. That'll look a lot better.
It was rough, guys, but hey, I think it was a good exercise because it just shows that the future is bright for the Sacramento Kings.
Boy. Hopefully, but it doesn't really show that, does it? I mean, we hope so.
What goes down must come up.
Well, I'm forecasting greatness.
Yeah.
That's how it has to be. Because that first one that Jay read off was crazy.
The first roster.
Insanity. We earned this.
Mm-hmm.
We earned this on Mother's Day. We've earned it.
I'm with you. It does show that it's wise to, at this point, catch your breath and say, let's, as the organization has done, let's start over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that new start.
Yeah.
And it's painful. You know, growing pains are painful, but it's still the smartest thing to do.
Are we still in the camp of, we're hoping that the Toronto Raptors get blasted so they'll want Domantas Sabonis?
I don't know. If I thought it would help, sure, I'd be pulling for your Cavs. I think Toronto, since they were in good shape before the deadline, you know, they were sitting pretty then, but their defense hasn't been good. Mm-hmm. So I can't see a team that's looking around. I don't mean any offense, but a team that's struggling defensively is going to go, yeah, that guy, that's what we need. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, it's funny if there's a world where Anthony Davis is really not trying to play in Washington, do the Raptors, I mean, would he be more inclined to want to play in Toronto? I don't know.
Now, that'd be a guy that, they'd say, woo.
Yeah, he's monitoring something. At least he could go to a team that's already in the playoffs and get out of there.
What was that little thing you did when you said monitoring something? You kind of did.
He's monitor.
Okay, all right.
You know, he's monitoring something.
Go to the monitor.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only thing I think could get in the way. I mean, if you're the Raptors, there's only so many. I say there's only so many options you have, but you also don't have to take Domantas Sabonis and his bad contract.
How's your Magic doing?
23-29, right? They already stole one, so this is where the conversation is, can you get greedy? And you look at, again, it's these teams, it's such a different beast in the playoffs, you know, and you see what the Pistons did. Again, a team that has essentially done everything right, and they just right now don't really have a second option. You know, funny enough, the Magic, who did not really produce to the standards that I think they were expecting to this season.
Yeah, I was surprised they had such a lackluster season.
So maybe it's not really a 1-8 matchup, but the Magic with who they have, funny enough, feels like a much better playoff team than the Pistons, even though the Pistons are the 1 seed.
Also, it seems in some ways like it's a better matchup for Orlando than I anticipated. Just this particular series.
Right.
And I know it's a long ways to go.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit has to win tonight. I think that's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Even though the last couple of years, I feel like we've had a lot of weird series where the home team lost the first 2 games, then won 2 games on the road. So it's been kind of random these last couple of years.
Are you excited at all about the draft, the NFL draft? Sure, you're excited because Mr. First Pitch is going to be drafted by your team.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the beginning. You know, we don't got to mess around with any ping pong balls or coin flips. This is the beginning of the future. You know, and that's what we're waiting for. I'm looking here, Whitey. Looks like the Raiders, they have pick 1, obviously, and then round 2 they have the 36th pick, which is the 4th in round 2. They got a pick in. They got 2 4th-round picks, 3 4th-round picks, then a 5th, obviously a 3rd-round pick too, then a 5th, 2 6th-round picks, a 7th-round pick. I mean, refresh.
Did you see how Juwan Jennings not signing before the draft hurts the 49ers? If you sign with somebody before the draft, your old team gets a compensatory pick. And since unless he signs before tomorrow, which is unlikely, he'll sign with somebody after the draft, and then there's no soup for you, no bonus pick.
Is Juwan Jennings a perfect example of what we've been talking about with, some of these NFL aficionados that have come on the show, that wide receiver, there's just too many options, right? Juwan Jennings, you're a nice receiver. You probably want a little bit more money than you're worth, and we don't have to take you.
It sounds like the NFL is starting to look at wide receivers the way they were looking at running backs a few years ago. And then the lie was put to that by the performances of guys like Saquon and McCaffrey. But it sounds like now that's kind of the way the league wants to see receivers. That time it doesn't.
But I think
there's plenty of good ones out there.
But I think you're onto something, right? Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan is getting there too. Derrick Henry, you got those. Than everybody else. Wide receivers, there's Jamar Chase, right? You have your receivers that are on another level, right? Justin Jefferson, and then you have everybody else.
Yeah. But remember, the Giants let Saquon go because he's a running back.
Yeah.
Your team with Josh Jacobs, and
I liked Josh. I thought that I would have liked to keep Josh Jacobs, but now, you got Juwan Jennings still running around trying to get signed. I don't know if Malik Neighbors is officially going to be ready. And the Giants are over here working out OBJ.
Odell Beckham Jr.
So how does that happen?
I know we were talking about brands yesterday, and Jay brought up, as we talked about the top brands of sports, Jay brought up the Steelers. And I think you kind of said Steelers. I think you may have. Maybe you didn't.
I did.
Yeah. I do appreciate the old school roots of the Steelers franchise. For example, they're hosting the draft tomorrow and this weekend. So somebody asked Art Rooney II if he'd like to see a Super Bowl in Pittsburgh. Hey, you're getting the draft, we get a Super Bowl. He says, I wouldn't take it off the table. It's a long shot. There's a lot of other cities like us that would love to have it. But he also said, in order to have a shot at the Super Bowl, they'd probably have to put a dome on the stadium. Will they do that? He said, not in my lifetime. Let's put it that way. Football is an outdoor sport as far as I'm concerned, and I think most Pittsburghers would agree. There's nothing better than going out seeing the game with the snow flying, and it's a lot of fun on those kind of days.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago, they're talking about a dome. In Chicago, they're talking about a dome.
But can't you control it a little bit? Hey, can't you open the top and just let a little snow in?
No. I mean,
right?
If you're going to let the snow in, Alan, there's no reason to have the roof in the first place.
You got a little bit of snow, not too much. That's not too bad.
I appreciate his stance.
Too. Because here's the thing.
No dome.
I've never seen a Pittsburgh game played in good weather. It's always cold. Like every game I've seen in Pittsburgh for my whole lifetime, they've been able to see their breath. And that's just what I associate it with. If they changed and it looked like aesthetically like it looks in Indianapolis, right, where you can tell that it's in a dome, it even is shot differently, it would feel weird. It would feel very weird.
There's every time I watch the Vikings play in a dome, a little piece of me dies. Not a big piece or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but a little, maybe a couple follicles here.
I hear you.
Yeah, but and I've been around longer, so I know for some younger fans, like, what are you talking about? I mean, Minnesota they used to bring out the blowtorches to thaw the field.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, now they're in a dome. So I really appreciate. I have never gone to a game in the snow. I don't know if you have. I don't think I ever would. But I like watching it on TV when I'm home, comfy and cozy and warm on my couch.
You like appreciating it from afar.
Yes.
What if everybody took that thought, and this would never happen, but what if people would stop going to those games? Would it make you feel any differently?
But people love the excuse to go out and, get
freeze. Yeah. Hey, this will keep us warm.
Yeah.
We got to keep, having beverages. That'll keep us warm.
You couldn't keep fans in Pittsburgh and Buffalo away from a game.
Yeah.
In blizzards.
And Philly.
And bless them.
Yeah. And Philly.
Well, you got to bring up Philly. You hear that, Jay?
And New England.
And Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I'm just naming East Coast teams, Northeast teams.
when we come back. Who cares what Paul Pierce thinks anyway, Kings fans? You hear what Paul Pierce said about the Kings?
I heard some.
He's wrong, isn't he?
I have thoughts.
We have Alan's thoughts on that. And no doubt the Eagles as well. Coming up, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. Major firms are holding significant positions in gold. And I choose to buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's Dan Bongino, and it all starts with education. Birch Gold just announced their Learn and Earn Precious Metals event. This free online event rewards you for learning the basics of investing in precious metals. Sign up to get free silver on your next purchase if you qualify. And you can get even larger incentives as you go. The more you learn, the more you can earn. But act now. This special event only runs through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates may apply.
Are you bringing 4 or more to the ballpark? The Sacramento Rivercats Family Fun Pack makes it easy. Get 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 tickets, and 4 Rivercats items bundled together for unbeatable value. Grab your Family Fun Pack today at rivercats.com.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
NBA playoffs already underway tonight. You got Detroit leading Orlando 33-30. About 6 minutes left in the first half. The A's fell today. They had a lead, lost a lead, tied the game in the ninth on a Nick Kurtz home run in Seattle, but the Mariners walked them off, winning 5-4. And Alan excited about his Giants going after the Dodgers tonight. Dave Fleming was nice enough to join us today on the show, voice of the Giants. He said, I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but he said, the Giants are aware of Dalton rushing last night, saying, yeah, bleep him.
I got something for you, Whitey.
Okay.
20 minutes ago.
Jack
Harris of the California Post Dodgers beat writer. Jack Harris, Dalton rushing, said he was not directing anything towards Jung-Hoo Lee in this moment last night. Didn't even realize in the moment Lee was hurt. Quote, hopefully he didn't take it the way it was put out. I'll be sure to say something to him face-to-face tomorrow, making sure he's okay.
Are you happy with what you started?
Well, the beat writer took my post.
Exactly. Are you happy?
Yes.
With what you started?
No, I am very happy. I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, he didn't stand on business. Should have said, yeah, I said bleep him. So what?
And what did you say? You posted the video and said the rivalry's back?
The rivalry is alive and well.
Alive and well.
Yep. So I don't know if that's considered walking it back or not. I'm not really sure. But he said
no, because walking back's like, no, I didn't do it. And he's like, well, I did it. I just didn't mean anything, right?
Right.
And that's kind of how I took it when I saw it. I thought he was just almost saying, like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
But baseball players don't say, oh, never mind. They said, bleep him.
Hopefully he didn't take it the way it was put out. Is that me?
Yes.
I don't think that. I think that's him put out of his mouth.
It's definitely you. You're not the only one, but it's definitely you.
I don't think it's me.
But I'm sure for the Giants, it's like, yeah, I'm glad you did that, Larry. We needed to know about that.
Hello, Larry.
Give us a little extra something tonight.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Lair.
Hey, if they win, I get some of that W.
Sure.
If they beat Shohei against Tyler Malley,
yeah,
I'm taking some of that.
Listen,
W.
if they win tonight and Tony V says, "Hey, Al, would you come in the clubhouse tomorrow?" You go ahead. Day game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be.
You
I'll
be all
try
right
to
with
make
that,
it
Jay?
back. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll try to make it back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You call
Take
in.
your time.
Call
Okay.
in a time. Call in a time or two during the game.
I will. Maybe I'll go live.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I'll go live and we'll make a thing out of it.
Yeah. So I don't think if you're the Giants, I don't think you can plunk anybody now that he said that.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Of course you can. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you can.
The problem is you plunk them and then they plunk you and you never know. Adamas gets hit on the hand or something and breaks his hand. Or that's the downside.
You guys got to hit him in the back. Hit him in the butt cheek. That's where you got to aim, the back of the butt
Yeah, but
cheek.
you can't control where they are aiming at you. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't control that.
Right. Paul Pierce took aim at a couple of NBA teams, including your Kings. Do we care what Paul Pierce has to say?
In 2026? No.
He was on the very popular No Fouls Given pod. Here's Paul Pierce talking about how he thinks there are a handful of teams who probably aren't going to win a championship for a while.
I'm going to be a dead man before they win.
Most recent ones is some good names up there, obviously. OKC, Boston, Denver, Golden State, Milwaukee. Lakers have won a good amount. Boston's won a good amount. Toronto, Cleveland got one in the first in a long time. San Antonio's been in there before. Miami's got a couple. Dallas, I don't know how many they have. I think maybe
I'll tell you
one.
what.
Detroit got a couple.
It's 4 teams up there that haven't won in my lifetime. I wasn't born when they won, and I still don't believe these teams in my lifetime
will
win a championship.
We
That's
got-
Portland, New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks, and the Kings.
Damn.
I'm gonna be a dead man
What about
before
Washington?
they win. I was born.
Okay.
The last time they
Okay.
won, but these other teams, Portland, the Knicks, Atlanta, and Sacramento.
You don't think the Knicks could
I'm
win
gonna
the
be
championship while you're
dead
alive?
and gone.
You got
the
40 more
next
years to
time I'm dead.
When was he born?
I don't know.
Washington won.
Got to be like late 70s.
Yeah, Washington was born in 78. But
He was
anyway,
born
be
in-
that as it may.
Paul Pierce was born in Oakland.
Yeah.
in 1977.
Yep, so I would say
So
late
he's right.
70s.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a dead man.
dead man.
Hey, I'm gonna be a dead man. We heard you.
Mm-hmm.
One more time. Whatever, Chris, or whatever, Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm. They don't know how we vibing in the
They don't
916.
know. They don't. They getting it twisted. I'm gonna be a dead man. Jay, we gotta cut. We gotta cut that. I'm gonna be a dead man. He said that like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is he wrong?
Who knows?
What a morbid conversation.
He's
but
got at least, you figure, 40-ish more years
Yeah,
left. Hopefully many, many more than that.
Let's round.
He's 48, right?
Hey, he opened the door.
Yeah.
Right. So he's 48.
So we'll give him at least 40.
Let's give him 40.
Yeah.
You started
We'll
this.
give him 50.
You started this, Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
So 40 years, will the Kings win a championship in 40 years, within 40 years? I mean, coming off of reading that, I'm still shook off that first roster at the Golden One Center.
That was on me.
Jay, the words that were coming out of your
Man.
mouth, I'm thinking, I was in the Bay. I can't even front. Who are these people?
That was on me.
Like, who are the people? I've heard Chris, like, when doing the show with Chris, he would mention some of these dudes. I'm thinking, that, like, these are just not real people to me.
Just like the top 10 players from the Beam team, and then we'll throw in, like, DeMarcus. And
that was a whole roster of who he played for. Like, you could have done that game on NBA when it was still on TNT, and they wouldn't get anyone right.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane.
That was a rough period. Yeah, but that's all done now.
That's all done now.
That has nothing to do with Paul Pierce.
That's right.
Paul Pierce, the guy you saw when he was on that podcast, a live podcast with Kevin Garnett, and he didn't know it was live. Remember that?
No, I don't. Are they still doing that pod together? Are they still doing that? Because
Yes.
yeah,
That's part of this.
They get
the
after
playmakers
it.
and all that.
Oh, so now they expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause Denny Green has one now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, they have some fun on that pod.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
It's kind of if you're a Kings fan, but I don't put much, if any, stock into what he says. He had a fine career. He's an outstanding player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure he's sure where he is half the time.
Yeah. I mean, for me, you can still have a better. We just talked about Kings 40 years, right? So it kind of lines up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will these upcoming 40 years be much better than the previous 40 years? I'd like to think so. Does that mean they're going to win a championship? It's really hard to win a championship, guys. Let's have this conversation after the draft. Because if they get 7, I don't know if I can disagree with Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about I don't believe in the Kings or anything like that. It's just really, really hard to win a championship.
Yes.
That's really that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's not even really Paul Pierce is trying to bag on the Knicks more so than anything else.
I know. That's I get that. Sure. Celtic going after the Knicks,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what he's really
Assuming
going
that players
after.
care about that stuff the way we do. But then to throw in the Hawks and the Kings. Hawks, by the way.
And the Blazers.
Yes. You don't realize how long it's been since the Hawks won a championship.
Right. Yeah, I think that is more of a slight to the bigger markets. Obviously, the Knicks and the Hawks. That's Atlanta and New York. Portland and Sacramento, yeah, I mean, it's tough, man.
To me, it gets back to that image the Kings have that is going to be there, whether it's Paul Pierce or the national media or whomever, players around the league, they're going to think of the Kings that way until they actually win.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. And that's how you change that.
Right. Because I think what you're saying, too, it's not necessarily about will they win. It's a thought process that I know they won't, right? He might not be sure that and he kind of did it based on when he was born, but he might not be sure that for example, who's in a bad spot but on the way up? The Hornets. He didn't say the Hornets because he feels like the Hornets are on the way up. So
or he just didn't think of
or he just forgot they were in the league. Mm-hmm. So that's a different way to look at it, too. He's bagging on where they're at and how he views them versus, oh, will they ever win one? I don't know. I mean, they've never been in a good spot. And if Paul Pierce if this was a bet on Cowshy or whatever, the under would definitely be the favorite. Mm-hmm. And that's not really a slight on Sacramento. It is in a small way, but it's more so about how hard it is to win a championship.
I'll also say this. I know a lot of Kings fans, we hear from them, we understand. A lot of Kings fans are upset about the general state of the franchise in recent years, and people are down on, you hear people complaining about the organization and ownership. Well, let's be clear about one thing. There are some terrible, terrible owners in the NBA right now that are in the news, and the Kings have nothing to do with that.
Right.
You got James Dolan. You heard the story about James Dolan.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently has admitted this a while ago, that he uses facial recognition to identify lawyers who are suing him, and they're not allowed in MSG properties. And Pablo Torre found out they're also using the facial recognition to identify fans who are critical of the Knicks on social media.
No.
Yes. Now, I don't know what they're doing about it. I'm not saying they're doing anything about it. Also, if somebody at a Knicks game starts to sell the team chant, security goes over right away. It's so bad that Max Kellerman, he says the league should force them to sell. I don't think they will. But the whole facial recognition thing, Max Kellerman's like, in his mind, this is what he says, it's somewhat akin to when the Clippers were sold. And I don't see it that way.
Right.
I see his point. I don't know that the Knicks are actually doing anything that is illegal. Certainly it's, kind of iffy, but that's awful.
But when you walk in the arena, they're taking your facial recognition.
I'm not sure where they do it. At some point in the arena, according to Pablo Torre, according to what's in the news, they have facial recognition software that they use to identify fans who have been critical of James Dolan and or the Knicks organization.
But that's what I'm saying. If you are buying a ticket and, hey, part of MSG is your face is going to get recognized, right? You got to walk through a scanner. That's one thing. But if they're doing it on the low, that's got to be some version of illegal, right?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. It's possible that people somehow consent to it without knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when you get the tickets at the bottom.
But that's a good question. And I think that gets to what Max Kellerman is saying. Is like, hey, you can't do that. I'm not entirely clear on what, if any, violations they're actually committing. And then, of course, the other situation is what's going on with the Portland Trail Blazers and their new owner.
Yeah.
And we talked about Thiago Splitter being asked about, hey, you're coaching the team and your owner is talking to other people about coaching. And he says, I'm just trying to be professional.
Yeah. Because he knows.
Which is all he can say, which he's really saying. It's horrible, but what can I do?
Is this a world that makes the Kings look any better with the Mike Brown stuff?
The Mike Brown thing, they've made mistakes, yes, and those are bad. I'm just saying there's some much worse things that anybody ever involved with the Kings has ever gotten involved with going on right now.
Right. It's similar. The Mike Brown thing is similar to what you always bring up about Rory, right? Rory broke up with his fiance.
I don't always bring
You
that
bring it
up.
up. You brought it up a lot. I'm thinking, Whitey.
Well, because you asked, why do people hate
back-to-back
Rory?
Masters, and you kept bringing it up.
Oh, because why do people hate Rory?
He's a married man now with a kid.
Yeah.
We move on.
So I answered the question.
We move on, Whitey. But, Rory, what he did was messed up, but he broke up, and, hey, I broke up with you. Messed up how he did it, but he broke up. That's what the Kings did.
You saying Rory used facial recognition?
No, I'm saying at least it's not what the Blazers are doing, at least not that we know, kind of talking to people while still in a relationship.
Right.
A bad breakup is still better, or a rude breakup is still better than kind of, working towards a breakup before you're broken up. And that's what the Blazers are doing. So two different bads, but I think what the Blazers are doing is worse. It's worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the alarming thing is that it's clearly an owner who just doesn't care. You can't do this. You can't have players in the lobby. You can't force them to check out early. You have to have your two-way players. There's benefit to them and to the organization to have them go to the road games. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
I saw somebody was saying that he was probably upset that the Blazers won a game because now that means it won't be a sweep and they'll have to pay to go back to San Antonio for at least one game.
Yeah. And I saw something, Whitey. We kind of came to this conclusion pretty quickly here that something was maybe off with what he's doing. And I don't know if you've seen a couple of those articles come out and they've kind of just alluded to something fishy is going on in Portland because how he's moving, it's just odd. And
really?
Yeah.
And what are you suggesting, or what is someone else suggesting?
What we talked about yesterday is he trying to purposely separate himself from the fan base to later have a move, whatever that move could be.
So he's already kind of poisoning the well.
Yeah. Hey, we can't support this guy. Good. Don't support me.
Mm-hmm.
Now it makes it easier because now you guys aren't filling arenas. I think the problem is the Blazers are in a decent position. They're not going to be at the top of the West, I don't think, over and over again, but they're not in a bad spot either.
A sprawling investigation from Wired and a companion Pablo Torre podcast this week cast Madison Square Garden less as a beloved Knicks playground, more as a high-tech surveillance hub tied to James Dolan. Reporters and guests say the operation went well beyond standard crowd safety, using cameras, facial recognition tools, and open-source intel to keep tabs on critics, lawyers, and regular fans. The reporting draws on internal workups, staff group chats, and vendor materials that sources say track people's movements down to the second, reigniting legal and political questions about how MSG deploys biometric tech.
Yeah, you have to be signing up for that without knowing. That's the only way they're getting away with this. Or you're talking about jail time, I think.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure
you can't
they
take
must
that
have cleared
type
it.
Yeah.
They must have cleared it with somebody legally. Like, yeah, as long as you have this on your ticket or you have a sign posted when people come into your arena, you're good.
It's shady either way.
Yes, it is.
It is shady either way. That's crazy. Huh.
MSG's response, MSG Entertainment, the story is, quote, built, on false, misleading, and unverified allegations. And MSG Entertainment says they're weighing their legal options. The company reiterated that its technology is used for safety and security, not to settle scores, and rejected claims that critics were targeted for retaliation.
Wow. What a stupid conversation. I can't believe they're engaged. Like, this is the Mecca. I mean, this is crazy.
You wonder why the Knicks, the Mecca, why they have not been able to win. And apparently he's been less involved in the basketball side of it in recent years, but still, they haven't, unless you count the in-season tournament, they haven't sniffed a championship in a while.
A 6'2" best player in AI obsession. Your New York Knicks. And a coach they didn't really want.
Mm-hmm.
Your New York Knicks.
Yeah. You think you got Mike Brown going, man, that last place was way better than this. Huh? Sure you do.
Yo no say. Yo no say. I don't think so, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not yet. You know, and I do wonder if they don't win it, they move on from Mike Brown. I think it's probably a weird situation for Mike if they move on from him, because I don't know that he was going to retire, but it felt like he was maybe closer to that. And you're never a coach. You don't got to say anything. It's just when somebody calls, they call. But to go from Sacramento, those expectations change quickly, to thinking you probably had a couple years of Vivek paying you to go to Chile and just
he
travel.
said that. He said, I shouldn't have said that. Why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
And then
you didn't fire yourself.
You know, get pulled into a situation you're obviously not going to say no to, but Mike has been around the block. He knows what the situation is. He knows what the reports were, that they were reaching out to all these guys. So he just kind of took it to see, maybe can I sneak out one with the Celtics, you know, injured and the Pacers injured. Maybe I can just have a nice finals run. If it doesn't work out for him, I do wonder what the taste in his mouth is going to be to move forward.
Yeah, I could already see how if they don't get as far as their ownership feels they need to get, if he's dismissed, would he be a candidate to return to Golden State? And Tim Kawakami had some interesting candidates that he mentioned today. If Steve Kerr leaves, which I guess a lot of people say, oh, yeah, it looks like he's gone. Mm-hmm. He wants to go back to college maybe.
Well, no, front office also said he's talking to media as well. Agents were talking
he's
to
really
media.
good at that. Yeah. But Andre Iguodala mentioned as a potential coach.
Crazy.
Why are you shaking that off?
Honestly,
Iggy,
I think that would literally.
He doesn't like that.
I think that he doesn't. I think that would literally be, hey, you're going to be the coach until Steph retires. I truly think that's what it's literally player coach type deal. No disrespect to Andre Iguodala, but hey, just give us 2 years with Steph, and then we'll go get somebody for our.
That'd be
young
doubling down on that strength in numbers culture.
He was part of it at the very beginning.
Yes.
But that would be hilarious. I do think he would be done. I just can't take him seriously half the time. You know, he's kind of a jokester type of guy. We haven't even heard that he's into coaching.
Right.
You know, I wonder, would they just say, hey, let's just get through these next couple of years, see if we can, because here's the thing. If they get lucky in the draft and they're able to get Giannis, now I sound like my dad, how hard is Andre Iguodala's job really? Hey, we got Giannis. We got 2 years. We know the system. We can expand it a little bit, do what you got to do, get a bunch of...
Steph and Draymond are basically coaching themselves at this point.
Get a bunch of experienced assistant coaches, which obviously everybody would be lining up to go to Golden State. 2-3 years, and then Andre Iguodala's out of there, and then they go get a coach that kind of aligns with whoever their young talent is at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
How high would you consider ranking Steve Kerr if he steps away from the NBA, never comes back, the all-time list of coaches? I know it's fashionable to criticize him for this or that, for Kuminga, and I'm sure he warrants some criticism.
Mm-hmm. He's
but
not perfect.
He's a phenomenal coach.
Yeah. I mean, the rankings, you're going to get me in trouble because I'm going to forget. Jerry's going to be listening. I forgot somebody from the 60s or something like that. So I'm just going to
you got to be careful.
I'm just going to go safe and say he's easily top 20.
Top 20?
Well,
I would think easily top 10.
Jimmy Garoppolo thing. I'm just playing it safe. Hey, you forgot Jimmy McSquirrely from the 40s.
Yeah. I don't know about him. He was okay.
I'll go. Okay, if you open the
there
door,
was only 3
top
teams
10.
in the league at that point.
I'll
so
just
you
go top 10, and I'm sorry about Jimmy McSquirrely.
Yeah, you have the championships, and you have a lot of it had to do with the roster. I realize a ton of that has to do with the roster.
Right.
Critics would say, "Look, he wasn't there, and Luke Walton won all those games that one year." But still, in terms of his one-loss record, regular season and playoffs, and the 4 championships, and also he helped usher in a new style of play.
Yes.
And you can say, well, he had Steph. Yes, but he recognized he had Steph and maximized that, what he had with Steph and Clay. And now everybody plays that way. That, to me, is maybe the most impressive thing about his resume. He helped to change the way the game is played.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I saw this floating around about the small ball thing.
Yeah.
As last season, it was all about the double bigs coming back. The Rockets were doing that for a little bit. But I saw somebody say, maybe the small ball thing was never actually a thing, and there was just one team that was perfectly constructed to execute it. And the idea that all these other teams, hey, we're going to do the small ball and run guys out the gym. No, that's just a Warriors thing. It's not an actual type of structure. It's just a team. There's one team that can do that. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
It's funny how people copy things. I was at a radio seminar once. There was a format. It was in town here. In fact, this one was CBS. We had one in the building called Arrow. Have you heard of that? You've heard of that, right, Jay? All rock and roll oldies, Arrow format. And the person that was holding the seminar was a programmer, and he said, me and whoever it was, we created this format. And he said, we created it specifically for the Los Angeles market. All the research we did, everything was based on what was going on in that market. And he said, and then people around the country, programmers, took it and they applied it to their markets. And he said, it wasn't designed for that.
Right.
And then it's like, why didn't it work? They didn't understand it was designed specifically for the LA market.
Yeah.
So, to your point, sometimes a team will try something and other teams go, ooh, we'll try that. It's like, no, you don't have the pieces.
Yeah.
Your team isn't designed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, when you even just hire people, oh, yeah, this is our marketing plan. It worked when I was in the restaurant biz. Well, you're in media now. It's completely different. It might have been successful for you, but this is a different industry. People think, well, we just got to do X, Y, and Z. And I think that happens a lot when you hire different people. Markets as well, like you just said. If, Sacramento, you better learn some things. I know I was coming from the Bay, so, just up 80, not too crazy, but there's certain things that you have to know about each market that you're in,
Yeah. As far as Steve Kerr goes, I'm guessing if he is done, he looks back on this and he'll feel like those last few years were rough, but I'm glad I stayed with it and just made sure that there was nothing left,
Yeah. And, I mean, Bob Myers, I'm out of here.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. So he decided to do that. I just don't see them finding a coach, and maybe that's why they like the guy from Florida, even though it doesn't seem like it's going in that direction. But a guy that is going to be able to finish off the vets and those legends, and then usher in a new. Again, it's kind of weird. It's like a very high level version of the Kings, where we're waiting to start the new thing, but we got to clear out, the old guy. Obviously, you're trying to win a championship, but we know in 5 years, it's not going to be this.
Who do you have, top of your head? I'm not going to, pin you down on it. Top coaches, NBA. Who are you thinking? Like Phil, Auerbach, Pat Riley, stuff like that?
Right. The usuals. I don't know what we're doing with Spoelstra yet. I mean, he's up there. People talk about him being the best right now. I don't know where he's at historically quite yet, but I know he's up there.
I'll say this real fast, White. Excuse me.
Yes,
just
please.
a quick This was 2 years ago. NBA 75. They did the 15 greatest coaches. So I'll just give them to you. Red Auerbach, Larry Brown, Chuck Daly, Red Holtzman, Phil Jackson, K.C. Jones, Steve Kerr, Don Nelson, Pop, Jack Ramsey, love the Colts, Pat Riley, Doc Rivers, Jerry Sloan, Spoelstra, Lenny Wilkins. Top 15 according to NBA.com, NBA TV, NBA 75 voting panel.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
And I remember because number 16, like the next one in, was Jerry Reynolds.
Yep.
But they only did 15, so he didn't make the list. Yeah.
That was selected by a panel of 43 current and former NBA coaches in collaboration with the NBA Coaches Association and media. Spo and Steve already on there.
Yeah. I get it. I mean,
Spo's going to be a better coach, and that Heat culture is going to experience a resurgence if they just get better players this offseason.
That would help.
Even one really good one.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. But when we come back, did De'Aaron Fox just join Mike Brown on the old hot seat? Alan was leaning into that a little earlier. Let's see if he still wants to next. Sactown Sports.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up, mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on, treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work trucks and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com. Driving business forward.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Adam Silver is, at last check, the commissioner of the NBA. Today, he reaffirmed the league's commitment to Memphis, adding he'd like to see the Grizzlies play, now that we're talking about it, occasional games in Nashville in an effort to widen the team's fan base. Memphis has been a great market historically for the NBA. There is amazing history in that city and amazing culture. There's no reason why the Memphis Grizzlies can't be successful. Ownership has no interest in moving the team out of Memphis. He's made that clear, but hey, Nashville's a city on the rise. There's incredible things happening there. If it were up to me, I would love for them to play a few games each year in Nashville and sort of be a Tennessee team to the extent that they can.
Who does that? I haven't heard that about any other team. You're basically acknowledging Memphis isn't good enough to make this the team of Tennessee. Memphis isn't good enough. You got to split time with a bigger city, or not even split time, but just ever so often go to the big city. That sounds like some JV stuff. Hey, sometimes we'll let you play on the varsity field. That's ridiculous.
It's a reminder to me that the commissioner works for the owners. There was a time, especially when I was younger, Alan, when the commissioner would take it upon himself, whether it be baseball, football, basketball commissioner, they'd come out and they were looking at what's best for the game and the industry. And now the owners have reminded the commissioners, you work for us. You do our bidding. We're the ones paying you.
Yeah.
So you're doing what's good for us. So that's what he's doing there.
Yeah.
Kind of calming the waters. Memphis is great. And then also opening the door for Grizzlies ownership if they want to kind of explore that.
But that's what's funny, though, if the Grizzlies own, so he's saying the Grizzlies don't want to move it, but
right?
What you say, actions speak louder than words, right?
Oh yeah,
what you say and how you actually move after you say what you say matters. So he's saying Memphis doesn't want to do that. So why is Nashville even being brought up?
The Grizzlies' current lease at the FedEx Forum expires in 2029, and the team has been in talks with the city about extending the lease.
Okay, we'll
Got
see.
a little leverage there, huh?
We'll extend the lease, but it's going to be more of a split lease. Let's see how it looks. It's a hybrid lease.
You don't extend the lease to our liking, we'll see y'all in Nashville.
Yep. It's a hybrid leash.
Uh-huh.
You know.
We'll get Kayla Anderson at all the games.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that'd be what? So Nashville's on the come up now. I know Kayla, she doesn't think the same way about, obviously, Nashville as she does about Salt Lake because, in 5 years, Nashville's going to have, they already got the Tennessee Titans, but Nashville's going to have basketball and baseball. Now they're going to be the hub.
Maybe.
They're already we were talking with Matt George about, some establishments that we can't, necessarily get into on the air, but they're already the number one spot for bachelor and bachelorette parties. That's what their identity is.
What is?
Nashville.
Really?
Yeah, I know for bachelorette. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just Vegas for bachelor party. That's
bachelor parties is Guerneville.
Well, I had mine in Vegas. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
Okay, I'll play no games.
Speaking of Vegas, LB and LV on the text line talking about the facial recognition that the Knicks apparently employ says, I'm pretty sure that same tech is deployed at the Sphere. I remember reading about it either on a stanchion or the back of my concert ticket.
See, so you said okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
But here's what's so funny.
Legally, you agreed to it whether you are aware you did or not.
Right, but that's what's so funny. When they put those situations, when they strong arm you, you don't have a choice. You either go and accept it or you don't go to Madison Square Garden.
Right.
It's the same thing. You ever on a website and they keep saying, accept the cookies, and you don't really want to, but you can't scroll the website. You say, all right, accept the necessary cookies, whatever.
Yes.
You don't like it, don't go to, you can't navigate the site without accepting it.
So it comes down to what exactly are the Knicks doing with their facial recognition information that they're gathering. And it sounds like, at least their stance is, we're not doing anything untoward about it. So what's your problem, Pablo Torre?
Yeah.
And why is Pablo Torre always coming into the NBA's kitchen?
The NBA hates Pablo Torre. He's enemy number one. But somebody has to do it. We mentioned it before. A lot of these guys where content creation is now, I appreciate them doing different stuff. I appreciate them. Hey, all right, I don't necessarily want to sit behind a mic and give takes about random teams.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do something else. And Pablo, didn't he go to an Ivy League school? He always kind of had that.
I'm not sure.
In the bag.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he always kind of had that in the bag. And it's funny, you could make the argument that maybe his talents weren't being utilized at ESPN. I'm sure he went to Harvard. Yeah, I'm sure when they, in whatever capacity.
That's a good school, right?
That's pretty good. I'll have, my toddler figure it out for us, and she'll tell us about it when she goes. But when, everything happened with ESPN, I'm sure we were just talking about the industry off air, Whitey. I'm sure he's probably downtrodden or whatever you want to call it. And now he's probably using more of his Harvard education now than he ever was at ESPN.
The discouraging thing to me is that he comes out with some of his reports, and I'm not aware of all of them. I think they're fascinating. But there are some people that say, why is he poking into that? It's like, that's what journalism is. If you don't care, fine, then tune out. But journalism is finding the truth. And journalism, is like, it ain't dead, but it's been in the hospital for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw June Lee, who also used to be at ESPN. He's been doing some really good stuff. His first video was about how private equity is ruining pro sports. I think I sent that to you and Jay, and then he recently did another one. So these guys are starting to expand here. These big guys with big brains, and I should say big media members in general, they're starting to expand here, and that's bad news. ESPN probably, NBA, hey, can you rehire Pablo and just let him bring back around the horn? Can we bring back around the horn and get Pablo off our back?
Right.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
Pablo getting Emmys. Oh, it's over now. Yeah, that's your partner, NBA, ESPN.
The NBA is still steaming over the whole aspiration thing. If it weren't for Pablo, nobody would know.
Yep. Yeah.
Now what are we going to do? We're going to try to do nothing, but it's going to be harder than we thought.
Yeah. What a funny, show premise. Because it almost sounds like it's a show on a TV, like a TV show that we would watch growing up, like a sitcom. Pablo, but it's real stuff he's finding out. So this stuff is just hiding in plain sight that the status quo is the status quo and nobody seems to care about it.
Yep. Bless you, Pablo Torre. Tell us about De'Aaron Fox. What is De'Aaron Fox finding out? What are we finding out about De'Aaron Fox?
No. The real ones ain't finding out nothing.
Oh, yeah?
The real ones already knew. Some of y'all just have to find out. I was scrolling earlier.
Matt George will text in 3, 2.
Nah, he's home now. I was scrolling earlier, and somebody said, I'm done with De'Aaron Fox. The $250 million man. I'm done with him. Spurs fans, because this has been bubbling throughout the season, Whitey. I know Matt talked about the beginning of the season where De'Aaron played pretty well, but this came up a couple times. Some of those ABC games, I think it might have been Spurs-Knicks again in another, not the in-season tournament, but another game. This had come up a couple times during the season where it was, okay, well, what De'Aaron are we getting? And he's kind of stuck in this rock and hard place where I'm not the guy anymore, but you do have Stephon Castle and you do have Dylan Harper. This season, Whitey, he's at 72 games, 18.6 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 6.2 assists. He's dishing it out, 33% from three, 48% from the field, 76% from the free throw line. I told you, he's not trying to be on that Denny stuff.
Yeah, that's not terrible, but that's for a guard.
Yeah.
You'd like that to be higher.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Funny enough, yeah, and I guess it makes sense. Last season, yeah, because his usage was different. He averaged 23.5 points last season.
I think the usage,
with the Kings.
The
Spurs, I guess,
is really key to that because when he was here, there was no question like you're the guy. It was interesting the Beam Team year because Domas had dominated the game for 3 quarters. Then the fourth quarter, and Domas even said, fourth quarter, I just get out of his way.
Yeah,
and he was amazing.
Right,
but they don't necessarily play that way in San Antonio, nor should they. And now it looks like maybe he's going to have to get back to that. So they got to sort all that out while Wemby's out, however long that's going to be.
And I think he's got at least definitely one game in him. He's got 30 ball in him. I don't know if he has 2. But if you think, Whitey, just throughout the time, right, guys that have been in situations like De'Aaron and had to step up. We were talking about C.J. McCollum. Now, C.J. McCollum, you had mentioned Dame. But C.J. never really – he played well on teams.
He was a very good player, yeah.
But he was still kind of CJ. There are situations, the James Hardens, things like that, but I don't know if you're asking De'Aaron to basically cosplay as the number one option for a series or whenever you get Wemby back. Does he have a couple 30 balls in him? I don't know.
Conversation continues when we come right back. Sactown Sports.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
That sound? Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hey, it's Drew Brees. And when your car starts making noises like that, a big repair bill might be coming right at you. But with CarShield, you don't have to fear unexpected breakdowns. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. I spent my career making tough calls, but this one is simple.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Somebody's coming after Alan Stiles on Keon Ellis from the 916. Just have the area code here. I don't have the person's name, Alan. But I know you're very familiar with this person. Alan, how's your boy Keon doing in the playoffs? Is he getting real rotation minutes? Come on, Alan. You said you agreed to disagree when I said Keon would not get real minutes on a playoff team. Keon's minutes have been garbage minutes so far. Let's see. 2 games against Toronto. Keon Ellis played 15 minutes in the first game, and he played 9 minutes in the second game. How do you plead?
Yeah, so what? They've won both games.
Uh-huh.
They've won the first game by 10, and they won the second game by 10. They won the first game by 13. I'm just not really sure what the point is, right? Like, Keon would probably be playing more on the Kings. What is the gotcha? Now, if the Cavs start losing games, then we'll see if they need to switch it up. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now, who's taking his minutes, right? Guys that have already been on the team. Even Dennis Schroeder only played 14 minutes last game. Sam Merrill, more comfortable with him. Max Strus, more comfortable with him. Jalen Tyson only played 12 minutes. They're basically just running their starters a lot.
Here's the key.
2 guys that have been on that team.
Pardon me. To settling this dispute, this person says, and I wish you'd put your name on it, like LB and LV does, like Chris the Mom does. Anyway, you said you agreed to disagree when I said Keon would not get real minutes on a playoff team. Were we talking about a team that's going to the playoffs, a playoff team, or a team in the playoffs? That to me is the key here.
Okay.
That's the key.
So I'm wrong because Keon hasn't played a lot in these first couple games. I mean, sure, maybe, but this whole thing could continue to move up and down. Like I said, they're winning games. I think there's a different conversation if Keon's not playing and they're losing, but they came out, they took care of business, probably covered the spread in both games, and they're really only giving 7 dudes legitimate playing time.
Keon, by the way, one thing we can't agree on, if we go ahead and do the top 10 players in Golden One's 10 years, Keon's on there, right?
I think so. For example, you have you talk about the disbursement of minutes.
Okay.
On the Raptors, they had the starters all obviously eclipsed 20 minutes, and I have to bring it down to 20 because Pirtle only played 21. Colin Murray-Boyles played 20, and Jacoby Walter played 28. And Mamu Kuleshvili, I forgot that one. Yeah, he played 20.
Mamu Kuleshvili.
Yes.
Just call him Mamu.
Mamu. On the Cavs, you had, again, Sam Merrill and Max Strus. They eclipsed 20. Nobody else did. Keon played 15 in that first game.
But here's the thing.
Nobody got close to that.
Here's the thing. This person is saying that you said Keon would play in the playoffs. This person's saying they said he wouldn't. Is that
Maybe he will. They
okay.
haven't.
Okay.
As of
All
right
right.
now, I'm wrong. Okay. Are you happy now? They're also 2-0, and they've won both games by double digits. So you just going to play him for funsies? This is the playoffs. He is a specialist. Does that make you feel better about the return?
You're saying 2 games in is too early for anyone to be claiming victory.
I'm just not sure what the gotcha is. Are you riding for DeAndre Hunter? We saw DeAndre Hunter play 2 games. That's not his fault. But what's the gotcha? Nobody said it's the same thing, and I'm glad you brought this up, 916. Nobody said don't move Keon, right? We all said, well, not you, but most of us said, if you move Keon, let's get something back that we're happy with, right? That both things remain to be seen. I don't know if I'm happy with DeAndre Hunter. He played 2 games, okay?
I think DeAndre Hunter is a means to get something else.
Right.
So we have to wait and see what that is.
If they end up getting a second-round pick or whatever, obviously a first-round pick for DeAndre would be great. I don't see it happening, but if you get a young player and a second-round pick for DeAndre Hunter, okay, then that's something. But as of right now, I watched the return for Keon Ellis play 3 games. So what is the gotcha? And on the other side, he's playing on a team that is absolutely rolling. The playoffs are about matchups, okay? If the Cavs were struggling, I'm sure they would switch things up. They're winning easily.
I think it's funny that here we are, a year after the Kings tore the team apart, and people are still dissecting that and debating that. And now we have Mike Brown, and it's only 2 games into their series, and he's in a little bit of hot water because of the way he coached in the Knicks' loss to Atlanta. De'Aaron Fox is a subject of a lot of criticism because of the way he played last night in a game where Wemby was out because he got hurt. It was terrifying. And now maybe, if Keon's not playing, that would be another feather in the Kings' cap.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is true, but that's on the Cavs. They have him on they have no reason. And if I thought that they would need Keon more, they needed him during the season at moments and times. Playoffs are about matchups. Right now, this matchup, you don't need a Keon. I never said Keon was going to play 30 minutes a game. I thought he would get significant minutes. He hasn't yet.
Let's wait and see.
As the old saying goes, the series doesn't start until the away team wins. I don't think that's happened yet. I know you do. And that hasn't happened yet. So I don't know. Are you trying to make yourself feel better about moving on from Keon? Cool. Feel better about it. All right. I don't really get what it is. It'd be one thing.
This person's just saying you were wrong and they were right.
As of 5:51, April 22nd, I was wrong about Keon playing significant minutes because 2 games into the first round, that's when you decide when somebody is right or wrong on a take.
The chapter hasn't been written yet.
Yeah.
The chapter hasn't been completed.
You know what? And I'm glad you want a victory lap right now, 9-1-6. Okay, let's wait and see. But if the Cavs keep winning games, why would they change stuff? Why would they change it?
Mm-hmm. Well, then you'd have to see to the next series, whatever.
We'll see. That's what I'm saying. It's early.
Mm-hmm.
It's early. You wanted to move on from Keon. You thought Keon was overrated. I was the one that sat on these airwaves and said straight up, there's some matchup nightmares with Keon. I never sat there and said that Keon was this, that, and he's going to be all. I'm the one who talked about having to move on from him for Kuminga. So you got the wrong one.
It's getting late early for the Orlando Magic. 6:03 left in the third quarter. They're down 69-49.
Yeah. I mean, again, the Pistons, you got to back up against the wall. You lose two. So.
Mm-hmm. So if OKC runs the Suns out of the gym again, tomorrow it's going to be, these playoffs are the worst ever.
Well, there's just good days, right? You got Knicks.
Right.
Knicks, Hawks, Timberwolves, and Denver. Those are the good days. And then today, these are the.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, they still got to go back to Orlando, though.
Oh, sure. That place.
So this one is split, right? How many split series are there? So this one is split. Obviously, Spurs, Blazers is split. The ones that are done, Cavs, Raptors,
Boston, Philly.
Boston, Philly is split. So Cavs, Raptors cooked. Lakers, Rockets cooked. A lot of them, and Thunder, Suns is cooked. Unless they find a way to win the night, which I don't see. So this is every day there's something that's still a little bit spicy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Closing things up here with baseball tonight. Allen's Giants taking on the Dodgers. If you watch baseball, you may notice, man, guys, it seems like everybody's throwing harder now than they used to. I saw some numbers that back this up today. From 2013 to 2016, 87 pitchers hit 100 miles an hour. That's from 2013 to 2016. 87 pitchers hit 100 miles an hour. Last year, there were 82. Last year alone, 82 guys, a single season record in MLB. This season, the weather hasn't warmed up yet. Most pitchers haven't been fully stretched out. 35 guys have already thrown 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
You got velocity training. It's a staple of pitching programs. You got teams prioritizing it in amateur talent acquisition. The average Major League fastball is very close now. The average Major League fastball is very close to 95 miles an hour, which would be a full 6 miles an hour harder than 25 years ago.
And again, we're not even, what did I just say? That we're about 15% into the season.
Right. Yeah, it hasn't warmed up yet.
I do wonder if not just Tommy John, but labrum or surgeries up too.
I think so, but also innings are down. So it's more like you go out there, throw as hard as you can. If we get 5 innings out of you, great.
Well,
there was a time it was like, you only threw 5 innings? What's wrong with you? You're a bum. You're a failure.
Right. Well, that was so funny last night. I said it was a big night for Landon Roop. Everybody is saying, wow, Landon Roop, he came out and did his thing. He only gave up one run. He pitched 5 innings.
Yeah.
Yamamoto.
I think he threw 100 pitches, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yamamoto pitched 7 innings, and he gave up 3 runs. So normally you think those things are connected to each other, but not really.
But I think that's a big reason why averages are down too and offense is down, because the pitching's better because you throw really hard. And it used to be, this guy's our ace. Even when he's tired, we'll leave him out there. Now, you're tired, next guy up. He's going to throw 100.
Right.
Then we got the next guy after him.
Yeah. And then you got Tyler Rogers.
significant